This is the one night a year where enemies become allies and friends become foes. Tonight, 10 combustible elements will go to war in a 5-on-5 elimination tag team match. A man battles against a monster with his very soul hanging in the balance as John Cena squares up against the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. Samoa Joe attempts to secure his role as a main event player in a match against the always dangerous Randy Orton. A new Intercontinental Champion will be crowned when the Cosmic Crusader Stardust takes on Mr. No Days Off, Darren Young. After his shocking title victory at Battleground, Baron Corbin will defend his United States Championship against the former champ, Cesaro. The new tag team champions Finn Balor and Hideo Itami defend their gold against another pair of high-flying wildcards in the Lucha Dragons. A fallen hero's quest for redemption finally comes to fruition when Christian battles Ryback for his coveted World Heavyweight title. And finally, in our main event, the King of the Ring winner must share his contendership with SmackDown's fastest rising prize fighter, Kevin Owens, as the two attempt to capture their first WWE Championship from the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. With the Royal Rumble emerging on the horizon, superstars must fight harder than ever to maintain and improve their spot on the card. Anything could happen at this monumental event. Who will etch their names in the history books? Who will walk away with championship gold? Who will survive? What's up, YouTube? This is Mathways97, and welcome to my Survivor Series pay-per-view for WWE 2K16 Universe Mode. And this is the Intercontinental Championship matchup. But before we get into the pay-per-view itself, as always, down in the description, links to the match times. If you're new around here, you don't know this, but if you've been around, a long-time fan of the series, you know the drill. Links to the match times down in the description. So if for some reason you don't want to stick around for the whole event, I get you, maybe you're short on time. But yeah, this is going to be an amazing event. But if you're only here for like certain matches, they are down there in the description. But now that that's out of the way, let us get into this event. And like I said, we're kicking things off. A bout for the now vacant Intercontinental Championship. It is the Cosmic Crusader himself. It is Stardust. And he's paying homage to the late, but of course great, David Bowie with this attire. Anyways, it is Stardust going one-on-one with Mr. No Days Off himself, Darren Young. And of course, these two men qualified to compete in this matchup. Stardust, he had to go through Adrian Neville. Darren Young, he had to go through Chris Jericho to get here. But now, both of these men are just one step away from achieving that Intercontinental Championship. And you want to take a look at their journeys. I mean, they've both had quite a long journey to get to this matchup tonight. Darren Young, I mean, his story is well documented. The betrayal from Titus O'Neil. Titus going on to win the Intercontinental Championship. And Darren Young just sort of fading into the background, but more recently he has pushed himself to the forefront. Titus O'Neil, speaking of him, he's going to be in our main event tonight for the WWE Championship. Darren Young and Titus, they're on good terms now, but they certainly have quite the past of bad blood. They have a very bad history between each other. Looking to put that behind them, and just imagine tonight, the primetime players, both of them, could be walking out with championship gold. That would be a sight to see. That would definitely be the storybook ending. But you want to talk about storybook endings. Stardust, practically his entire career, he has been trying to get to this one matchup, to get that first Intercontinental Championship reign. He's had several opportunities at the title in the past, and he's come up short on every single one of them. But tonight, perhaps tapping into this Stardust character could just give him the upper hand he needs, the psychological advantage that he definitely needs to have over Darren Young. In a matchup like this, with everything riding on the line, a loss here could very well be the end for either one of these two superstars. So you gotta have that psychological edge. Obviously, tensions are gonna be pretty high in this matchup. It's very desperate both of these two men have to be in order to get this matchup tonight, because this could be their last shot, and both of them know that. Stardust right now starting out with the upper hand. Always the bizarre one is Stardust, but he's got to utilize that to his advantage. Darren Young, a nice counter. Darren Young drops the leg right into Stardust's throat. So Stardust, you want to talk about an unorthodox style, he's going to have to... He can't try to out-wrestle Darren Young. That's just not going to happen. Darren Young, he's a very much so a technical specialist in that ring. As we'll get Darren Young, the leg drop from the second rope. And now Darren hooks the leg on Stardust. 1, 2, no. Kick out at 1 by Stardust. First cover of the matchup, only a 1 count. But Darren Young driving the elbow, the point of the elbow right into the top of the skull of Stardust. And Darren Young now driving it again, the elbow, into Stardust's face. Darren Young doing a very good job at turning the tables, gaining control of this matchup, gaining control of Stardust. As Stardust kicks him off, Darren Young, he gets sent flying. And honestly, these very early stages of the match, it's going to be very critical for both of these men to gain the upper hand. Neither man can afford to give an inch at this stage in the matchup, or really at any stage. But right now, there was some vintage offense from Stardust. Now driving the knee right into the face of Darren Young. Now driving the knee into the back. Stardust could be looking to wear Darren Young down here with this submission hold. He's got the arm all wrapped up, wrenching back on the back, the chin, the neck. Darren Young, he's in a tough predicament. But Darren, like I said, definitely a specialist in that ring, a technician, able to work his way out of the hold. And there we go, Michinoku driver, could put Stardust down for good. 1, 2, no. Stardust will be damned if a move like that puts him down for 3. Darren Young whipping Stardust over there into the turnbuckle, and there's a punch to the face from Darren Young, and another one. But now Stardust, he counters. Darren Young sent into the corner, and now it's Stardust with these knife-edge chops. Ric Flair has got to be watching somewhere, perhaps in this arena, whether it's at home. He's got to be happy with seeing chops like that. Now a cover by Stardust, but Darren kicks out. Stardust, he's not going to let Darren get back to his feet. Because, let's face it, Stardust has had the longer journey. He's been in Universe mode since the very beginning. He's one of the SmackDown originals. You know, we talk about Sheamus and Wade Barrett being the really touted SmackDown originals. Cody Rhodes, he's in there as well. And, of course, Stardust, Cody Rhodes, one and the same. Cody, he's had a very long journey to get to this point. And I'm sure... Don't tell him I'm calling him Cody, because he wouldn't like that. But meanwhile, Darren Young, oh, the combination connects. The leg drop, the elbow drop, the forearm to the face, now the hook of the leg, 2, no. Stardust just gets the shoulder up. But Cody Rhodes has had quite the long journey. I mean, you want to talk about his journey. He's had opportunities he's had opportunities back when Christian was the Intercontinental Champion, when Ryback was the Intercontinental Champion. WrestleMania as well, Cody Rhodes had the opportunity. He's had opportunities at the tag titles as well, but try as he might, Cody Rhodes, Stardust, just cannot win that first championship here in Universe mode. And I really think if once he can win that first, that'll get him over the hump and he'll really be able to get his career on track. But the question really has been, can Cody Rhodes win that first championship? And ever since he has just transformed into this Stardust character. He definitely has managed to get his name back in the mix, and perhaps that's what Cody Rhodes needed, just to sort of reinvent himself. And Stardust certainly has been a success to this point. Off the top rope crossbody, Darren Young taken down. But Cody Rhodes, not wasting any time, choosing not to go for the pin. No, he wants to follow it up with something more destructive. A straight jacket DDT. And he might have just knocked Darren out cold. 2. No. Darren with the shoulder up. And just look at Stardust. That is not a happy expression. He thought maybe that would finish Darren off, but Much to his chagrin, it does not. Reverse DDT now from Stardust. Stardust right now. While he's got the upper hand, he's got to be sure to maintain it. He's got to go in for the kill, go for the throat immediately. And perhaps he could be looking to do just that. Up on the second rope, setting him up for Diamond Dust. And that, planting Darren face first, could be the knockout blow. 1, 2. No, it is not. Darren Young, the defiance, the resilience, still burns like a fire within him. Stardust now. Side Russian leg sweep, just a very simple move, but enough to get Darren Young back down on the canvas. Make Darren expend more energy to get back to his feet. And as well, it gives Stardust more time to recover, to come up with his next plan of attack. But no, Darren Young a counter. And it's Stardust sent face first into that top turnbuckle. Darren Young now placing Stardust in a very precarious position. Up on that top rope. Stardust, look out below, a neck breaker. Darren Young lays out Stardust. This could do it. 1, 2. No. Now it is Stardust who shows us that he's got more left in the tank. Stardust trying to get back to his feet. But Darren Young not going to give him any room to breathe. Ducks underneath and a forearm to the face. Darren Young perhaps looking to quicken the pace. Not a bad strategy. Looking to channel that fire. Use that adrenaline to his advantage. As now he delivers a punch. Stardust staggered, but he doesn't fall. Oh, but he's about to. Darren Young! A back suplex onto that apron. That is vintage Darren Young. And it is a destructive Darren Young right now. Darren throwing Stardust back into the ring. What is he going to do next? What more does he have to do to keep Stardust down for the 3 count? Snap suplex. Bridging into the pin. No, but Stardust's foot was under the bottom rope. It's a bit of sloppiness there on the part of Darren Young. But at this stage in the matchup, both of these men have gone through so much. It's a bit understandable that you would make a mistake. When fatigue takes its toll, Stardust a roll up, shoulders down. 2. No! Darren Young kicks out, and now into a pit of his own. 2. No, it's Stardust. Not only does he kick out, but he spins him around, backslide, shoulders down. 2. 3. No. Darren just able to survive. But how much longer can he hang on? Stardust, he's got him off guard. Crossbow. I should say the Queen's crossbow. I got it wrong the last time. And now the cover. 1, 2, 3. There you have it, folks. A new Intercontinental Champion has been crowned. And his name is Stardust. The long journey for Stardust has finally come to an end. Cody Rhodes, the story finally reaches its end. And for him, it is a happy ending. Unfortunately for Darren Young, tonight just wasn't the night. It was the dawn of the Cosmic Crusaders' reign as your new Intercontinental Champion. But you gotta admit that Darren Young put up a hell of a fight. For a moment there, I thought Stardust might have been down and out, but unfortunately for Darren Young, he was not. And it is Stardust who will be walking out of San Antonio, Texas, with that Intercontinental Championship hanging high above his head. Match number 2 of the Survivor Series pay-per-view is the first Raw matchup of the evening. This one is for the United States Championship. It is the former champ, the Swiss Superman, and the leader of the Cesaro section, Cesaro himself, going one-on-one with the Lone Wolf and the newest member of Monday Night Raw, Baron Corbin. This will be a very heated rematch between the two. Of course, it was at Battleground, where Cesaro was forced to defend his United States Championship in an open challenge triple threat, which typically would sound like something Cesaro would do to hold an open challenge like that. I mean, SummerSlam, he held a championship scramble for the title. But this one was a bit different because, as we all know, Cesaro was scheduled to compete for the Intercontinental Championship, the title that he lost to Kevin Owens at SmackDown. However, this one was, first of all, Paul Heyman, the Raw General Manager, had the audacity, and I guess he does have the authority, so really who am I to question his decisions, but Paul Heyman pulling Cesaro from the Intercontinental title match to then make him defend the United States Championship in the triple threat that, quote, SmackDown was unable to deliver on. Words from Paul Heyman, not me. But the fact of the matter is, Cesaro had to defend the United States Championship, and then we all know what happened. Then it was Baron Corbin who won the triple threat, which also included Samoa Joe. After Cesaro had done the damage to Joe, Cesaro getting back into the ring just got caught with the end of days, and that was it. The 3 count was it was a given at that point. But tonight it is just one-on-one, Cesaro versus Baron Corbin, and tonight we can find out what Baron Corbin's really made of. Is he really deserving to hold that United States Championship, or was it just a fluke? Was the end of J's? End of all J's. Baron Corbin's out to kill the birds, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, let's just get this matchup underway before I butcher any more commentary. But we're gonna find out what Baron Corbin is made of tonight, with that United States Championship on the line. Perhaps the end of days, it could just be the lucky trump card for Baron Corbin. Is he just a one-hit wonder? Cesaro would like to prove that that is the case. Baron Corbin would like to deny that, but the fact of the matter is, they're going to have to prove it in this ring. Who is the better man? And it is Cesaro who starts out with a right hand, followed by a European uppercut, but it's Baron Corbin who fires back with a right hand of his own, and another one. This is going to be a very physical matchup. 2 strikers in that ring. We know Cesaro, those deadly European uppercuts of his. Baron Corbin, he throws a mean right hook, but it's Cesaro who takes him down with a back body drop. The difference between the two could very well be that while Baron Corbin, he may just be a striker, Cesaro is far more than that. I mean, he's a technician, a submission specialist, a powerhouse, a high flyer, and a striker all in one. Cesaro, he really is a Superman. That's why they call him the Swiss Superman. Double foot stomp, but no. Corbin caught the leg. He had it well scouted there as he takes Cesaro down with the dragon leg sweep. And now, looks like Baron Corbin's going to start to target that leg of Cesaro. Would be a smart strategy, but Cesaro kicks him off. Honestly, you want to target an arm, you want to target a leg, you want to target an arm and a leg. Anything to try to cut away some of this offense from Cesaro. But right now, it's not working for Corbin. Cesaro's just got too much adrenaline right now. He's just a ball of fire right now. As Cesaro, snap suplex, center of the ring, forearm across the face, shoulders down, but it's only a 1 count. Baron Corbin, he certainly is a presence in that ring. I mean, just look at the size of this man. He makes Cesaro, he's at least a head above Cesaro. But even so, pound for pound, Cesaro is one of the strongest competitors on the Raw roster. Very well, one of the strongest in the WWE today. As Cesaro with that chin lock on Baron Corbin. But Corbin driving the elbows into the gut, able to force his way out of it. Definitely a different philosophy when it comes to Baron Corbin. Whereas we saw Darren Young earlier, he just sort of maneuvered his way out of the submission. Baron Corbin, he'll just punch and power his way out of it. He'll take you down, kicking and screaming if he has to. Well, maybe not screaming. Baron Corbin, right now just clobbering on Cesaro. He's just trying to back him into that corner. And just look at this, unloading with these strikes. Punches, elbows, forearms, it doesn't matter. Baron Corbin, he'll hit you with a kitchen sink if you let him. But Cesaro pushes him away. And Cesaro, a European uppercut. Just like that, Cesaro takes a firm control in this matchup. He's back on top. As Baron Corbin Pulled back. Samoan drop from Cesaro. That's what you got to worry about. Cesaro, you might think that you have him in a corner. You might think that you've got him down. But Cesaro, it just takes one uppercut. And you're on wobbly legs. But Baron Corbin delivers a knee to the gut. Could be setting him up for that Falcon Arrow. And could that be enough to put Cesaro away? The leg is hooked. 2. No. Cesaro powers out at 2. Baron Corbin, a little bit of frustration there, but I don't honestly think that would have been enough to put away Cesaro. As Cesaro fights his way out with some elbows. German suplex. And just like that, in a split second, Cesaro regains control. And now drives the elbow right in between the shoulder blades of Baron Corbin. And Cesaro looking to put some of that power on display. Just picking Corbin off the mat for a gut-wrench suplex. And you know what I like to say. Everybody loves a good gut-wrench from Cesaro. 2. No. A good gut-wrench is not enough to put Corbin away. But Cesaro, he's got much more than that left in his arsenal. As Cesaro drags him over there to the corner. Could be looking to take a risk. Elbow right to the face of Corbin. And that's what I'm talking about. Cesaro, just because he's a powerhouse doesn't mean that he's afraid to take risks. German suplex again. Baron Corbin dropped right on the back of his head. He might not even know where he is right now. Cesaro, I mean, he has just quickly gained firm control in this matchup. Now driving that boot right into the face of Baron Corbin, right into the mush. Baron Corbin, he's just a sitting duck right now. As Cesaro lifts him up. Another gut-wrench suplex. But he's keeping it hooked. He's looking for the trifecta. Number 2 connects. And the third is on the way. Just look at Cesaro with ease. Manhandling Baron Corbin. Tossing him around like a rag doll. And now he's looking to take him for a ride. The Cesaro swing. It is entering the station. And it's about to take off. The crowd on their feet. Cesaro in the center of the ring. Here we go. Baron Corbin going around and 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 around. Swung into oblivion. Baron Corbin could be out of this matchup for good as Cesaro hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. No! Baron Corbin with enough wherewithal to get the shoulder up. And Cesaro with a bit of disbelief now. There's no way Baron Corbin can have any... Oh, no, wait. A counter. So I'm wrong. And now a clothesline to the back of the head. I don't even know how Corbin is standing, how he managed to recover his equilibrium so fast. But he managed to do it. And now Cesaro's going to pay the price. Corbin a knee to the skull. I mean, that clothesline to the back of the head was vicious. And now Corbin, again, just using these strikes, knees, punches, anything to just keep Cesaro down. And Cesaro, he's certainly out of it. That clothesline to the back of the head left him seeing stars. And not the good kind, not the Stardust who won the Intercontinental Championship. All he sees is darkness as he gets bounced face first off the mat. That's if he can even see anything after that face buster. And Corbin, just look at this, really wrenching on the neck. Just engulfing Cesaro's face. As Cesaro stumbles back to his feet, but he doesn't know where he is. Off the ropes he goes into a big boot. And after a boot like that, he could have lost a couple teeth. Could be drinking soup through a straw for the next week. As Corbin again whips him off the ropes, but no, Cesaro counters. A jawbreaker. And a European uppercut again. Corbin is staggered. Cesaro whips him off. And springboard, European uppercut. And that's what I'm talking about. One uppercut is all Cesaro needs to get back in control. 2. No. Corbin able to survive. But I don't know how much left he's got. Cesaro just laid him out with that European uppercut. No, wait. Corbin a counter. A leg sweep, and he's back on top again. Cesaro's uppercuts, enough to keep him down for a couple seconds, but not enough to keep him down for a 3 count. Not enough to keep him down so Cesaro can even inflict any more offense. Power slam by Corbin. And Baron Corbin now whips him off the ropes. Just a relentless attack. Deep 6! The Deep 6 connects, and it could be the end for Cesaro as he hooks the leg. 2, 3, no! Cesaro manages to survive the Deep 6. And Baron Corbin, now he's furious. Cesaro trying to get back to his feet. Corbin's not going to let that happen. Just stomping a mud hole in Cesaro. What more does Corbin have to do to finish off Cesaro? Perhaps a powerbomb in the works? Cesaro, he's up there, but no, able to squirm his way out of it. And now Cesaro, belly-to-belly suplex. Cesaro now just able to slip out of that powerbomb might have saved him. And now, can he get him over? Yes, he does. The sharpshooter is applied. Baron Corbin, he's trapped. Can he reach those ropes? He's got those long arms, but I don't think he can. I don't think he can pull his way over to the ropes. Will he tap out here? Could Cesaro win back the gold? Corbin, he's close. Cesaro, can he get him? Corbin, he's trying to fight his way out of this, but he refuses to tap out. Corbin able to roll over, and he kicks Cesaro away. Corbin able to slip out of it. Oh, and a clothesline. Cesaro over the top rope he goes. And that'll buy Baron Corbin much needed time. A much needed reprieve for Baron Corbin. He nearly tapped out in that sharpshooter. But now he got a couple seconds to recover, but evidently that's not his agenda. He just wants to inflict more punishment on the outside. And Baron Corbin, that's what he's about. He's about destruction. He's about decimation, demolition. As Cesaro bounced off that ring post. And again, this time shoulder first into the post. Baron Corbin using everything on the outside at his disposal to his advantage. As Cesaro whipped back into the ring, elbow to the face. Corbin up on the apron. And a leg drop right across the throat. Cesaro. This has been a very brutal confrontation. Very physical. Just like I said it would be. Corbin a headbutt now to the back of the head. Literally using everything at his disposal. And then just tossing Cesaro away. And Corbin, now he's feeling it. Just soaking it in. He's got the advantage. And it's only a matter of time until he finishes Cesaro off. As the Swiss Superman whipped off the ropes. No! Counter by the King of Swing. A jawbreaker staggers Corbin. And Cesaro now placing Corbin against the ropes. Clothesline, and Corbin goes over the top rope. Cesaro, he's got that look in his eye. We've seen this before. Off the ropes. Diving through the ropes. Cesaro taking out Baron Corbin. And Cesaro now, despite all the damage Corbin just inflicted, managing to turn things around in his favor. Corbin slammed into the barricade. And now into the other barricade. European uppercut by Cesaro. Corbin goes down. Oh, and this is not where Corbin wants to be. Swinging him into the barricade. Cesaro. Now it's Cesaro using everything at his disposal to try to pick up the win tonight. Cesaro up on the apron. Going to the top rope. Look out behind you, Corbin. Cesaro, clothesline, taking down Corbin. And now Cesaro, this could be the moment. He could be just a moment away from the victory. He's got Corbin, no, counter by Corbin. German suplex. Cesaro dropped onto the back of his head. Cesaro, he was so close, but Corbin just able, he had the wherewithal. And now a vicious clothesline in the corner. He just engulfed Cesaro with that clothesline. And now into the second turnbuckle. Another clothesline by Corbin. Putting his entire body weight behind that one. Corbin just with full force. That is like getting hit by a steamroller. And again, Cesaro, now the third corner. Corbin's trying to four-corner him here. Cesaro is just getting demolished, obliterated by Baron Corbin. And there's the fourth corner. Corbin again, a clothesline. What does Cesaro even have left? All these clotheslines are doing the damage. And now Corbin. Cesaro has no clue where he even is. And now he's about to hit the mat, the end of days. And the hook of the leg. 2, 3. It truly is the end of days for Cesaro as our United States Champion, because Baron Corbin, he's not going anywhere. And he retains the title tonight in dominant fashion. A very back and forth matchup this was. But in the end, Baron Corbin just clothesline after clothesline after clothesline after clothesline, killing any fight that was left in Cesaro. And then, of course, the end of days to finish it all off. What a fight. What a war that was between Cesaro and Baron Corbin. But it just goes to show, just like we saw on the last episode of Raw, Baron Corbin, he is a force to be reckoned with. He is not just a danger to the United States Championship scene. He's a danger to everybody on the Raw roster. And I must say, Baron Corbin, he's definitely a future world champion in the making. He already proved that when he beat Ryback on Raw. We could be looking at the next world champion. Forget just the US title. Baron Corbin with a performance like that. I mean, let's be honest. Who can stop this man? Who is going to be able to dethrone Baron Corbin as the US champ? We are back in San Antonio, Texas for our Tag Team Championship matchup for this evening. It is the #1 contenders, the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara, teaming up to take on the champs, Finn Balor and Hideo Itami. This matchup, we come from a battle of behemoths, an all-out brawl, this matchup is going to be a high-flying spectacle. It's going to be one for the ages, a tag team classic in the making tonight at Survivor Series. And we're not even at the 5-on-5 yet. Kalisto and Sin Cara, if there's one thing they're known for, it's their luchador style, their high-flying abilities. But their opponents tonight are definitely two men who can match that type of quickness, that type of agility. Maybe not on the same level as the Lucha Dragons, but, you know, they've dabbled. They can, they're not afraid to take risks. Finn Balor, of course, his coup de grace off the top rope, one of the most devastating finishers, perhaps in the history of Universe Mode. Definitely a high-risk move, though. And that's one thing that could definitely come back to cost the Lucha Dragons, and it could perhaps come back to cost the Tag Team Champs. If you're the team of Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, you're trying to match that high-paced action of the Lucha Dragons. If you can't keep up, then you might just slip up and make a mistake, and at that point, it's all over. That's the only problem with this kind of offense, is that it's very risky. You could definitely come out of this matchup with an injury, multiple injuries. And you make one mistake, you miss one move, and because of the risk involved, how high impact that maneuver is going to be, you might just knock yourself out of the contest. And at that point, it's just slim pickings for whoever's left. Finn Balor making his way to the ring. And of course, this is the tag team that defeated the Ascension at Battleground for those tag team titles. And of course, it was the Ascension who defeated the Wyatt family, so it all just kind of trickles down. We talk about the dominance of the Wyatt family. We talk about the dominance of the Ascension. Tonight, Finn Balor and Hideo Itami are looking to begin their dominance as the tag team champions. Hideo Itami now, the Japanese sensation, making his way to the ring. And Hideo Itami, while yes, he can do some high-flying moves. The one thing you want to watch out with this guy is his strikes. We talk about Corbin's strikes. We talk about Cesaro's uppercuts. Let's talk about Itami's kicks for a minute. Let's talk about Hideo Itami and how he can just kick your chest in, kick your face off. That's one thing you got to watch out for when it comes to Hideo Itami. Those educated feet of his. Because if you get, one kick is enough to kick you out of the matchup for good. At least if you're any normal man. And I guess we're gonna see tonight the endurance of Sin Cara and Hideo Itami, and Kalisto, I should say. Because Hideo Itami, I mean, his leg is like a pistol. I mean, getting hit with one of those is like a gunshot. Good night. But we're gonna find out who is the better tag team, who will get the job done tonight, who will win those coveted WWE Tag Team Championships. Survivor Series, it really is a make-or-break event as the Royal Rumble emerging on the horizon. Everybody looking to try to make a name for themselves, and this is the event to do it. With an event with the history, the prestige of Survivor Series. I mean, the fact that these four men can be showcased on this stage, it's going to be a great exposure for all four of them. It doesn't matter who wins this matchup tonight, all four men are sure to put on an amazing contest, and definitely their popularity should skyrocket amongst the WWE fans. As Sin Cara takes down, and now a double foot stomp right to the gut of Finn Balor. Went for the kick, almost shades of Cesaro, but Finn Balor's not having it. As he takes down Sin Cara, now a stomp to the gut of Sin Cara on the part of Finn Balor. And Balor driving the elbows right into the top of the head, right into that mask of Sin Cara. Kalisto and Itami on the apron, just watching on as Finn Balor and Sin Cara, really the pace setters in this matchup. This beginning of the match could be an indicator as to how this match will play out. Because those first few minutes of the matchup are very critical. If you start out with the upper hand as opposed to taking damage in the early part of the matchup, you're either you've got the upper hand and you've got a little bit of room to work, or you've taken the punishment and now you're coming from behind and you got to try to play catch up. But look at Sin Cara, Hurricanrana from the second rope. Finn Balor nearly thrown into the corner. But Sin Cara is going to have to try to get Balor out of that corner, and that's just what he's doing. Sin Cara dragging Finn Balor into the Lucha Dragons corner, and the tag is made to Kalisto. Sin Cara, huge enziguri to the back of the head. And perhaps Itami might not even get the chance to unleash his barrage of kicks. With a kick like that from Sin Cara and a splash from Kalisto, could put Balor down for good. 2. No! Balor able to kick out. But what a combination there from the Lucha Dragons. Finn Balor is reeling so early in this matchup. And the tag is made to Sin Cara. Kalisto, there's a double snapmare. And a double kick right to the sternum. And look at this! Kalisto just using his own body as a weapon. Now the cover by Sin Cara. Kalisto looking to take out Hideo Itami. Referee distracted for the pin, and Balor able to survive. That would have been a 3 count if the referee hadn't been distracted by Kalisto and Hideo Itami. But right now things are breaking down. Kalisto dumping Itami to the outside. Balor's down. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Are we going to see it? Sin Cara and Kalisto both off the ropes, over the top ropes. Look at that. In stereo. Kalisto and Sin Cara with suicide dives, taking out the tag team champs. Well, you want to talk about fast-paced action. This matchup is just getting started, and we've already got a car crash or two. Balor whipped off the ropes, or off the turnbuckle, and look at this. Sin Cara the roll-up, shoulders down. 1, 2. No, Balor survives. Hideo Itami and Kalisto battling it out on the outside. Kalisto whipped into those steps. Meanwhile, Sin Cara another roll-up. No, Balor rolls through, but a rope break. Unfortunately for Finn Balor, that counter was just at the wrong place. Sin Cara was right at that bottom rope. So for Sin Cara, that really paid off. Not only did he get a bit of a scare there on Finn Balor, but he didn't really have to worry about expending too much energy on the kick out, or even getting caught for that matter. He was just able to simply grab that rope, and he was good. He was fine. Balor off the second rope misses. Sin Cara back in control, perhaps looking to make another tag to Kalisto. And that's just what he does. Sin Cara and Kalisto whipping Finn Balor off the ropes. Double hip toss. Oh, and again the double kicks. This time, one in the chest, one in the back. Balor just sandwiched. And Kalisto off both ropes this time, building up that much more momentum. And the leg is hooked. 2. No. Balor able to power out emphatically at 2. Balor showing a bit of defiance on that kick out. But that doesn't change the fact that the Lucha Dragons are just running circles around Finn Balor. Hideo Itami has not even been able to tag himself into this matchup yet. It has just been all Lucha Dragons. Balor trying to figure out where he is. He has no clue. Meanwhile, Kalisto just waiting for him. Oh my god, a moonsault DDT. Beautiful execution from Kalisto. Finn Balor, he doesn't have an answer to this. I talked that Balor and Hideo Itami were capable of fast-paced action, but even Finn Balor can't keep up with this. Look at Kalisto! Kalisto, what a move taking down Finn Balor. But off a tag, Sin Cara tried to quickly make a tag into this matchup, but Finn Balor almost playing possum. He suckered Sin Cara in, and now look at Itami. Finally, Hideo Itami is tagged into this matchup. And now it is Itami who hooks the leg. 1, 2, no. Kick out by Sin Cara. But just like that, Finn Balor, he got taken down, but Kalisto was doing a little too many acrobatics. And as a result, when he made the tag to Sin Cara, Balor was just almost playing possum at that point. And there's a flurry of kicks, and this is what I'm talking about. Sin Cara could already be lights out. We can't really tell under that mask, but who knows if he's even conscious. Somehow still on his feet, but Hideo Itami continues to unload with these barrage of kicks and forearms. Hideo Itami just unleashing right now. Sin Cara dropped down into that bottom turnbuckle, and look at Itami just grinding that boot into Sin Cara's mask. And now the leg is hooked. 2. No, Sin Cara. I don't know how he's still conscious, but Sin Cara, oh, right to the back. I felt that one. But somehow Sin Cara is still in this matchup. Unfortunately, kicking out, it just set him right in position for another kick. And more kicks from Itami. Jesus, he's gonna kill this man. 1, 2, no. Sin Cara somehow managing to keep himself alive in this matchup. He's trying to get back to his feet, but Itami kicks him right in the gut. Another forearm, another forearm, another forearm. Hideo Itami, forearm after forearm. Finally, Sin Cara able to counter one of them. But man, Hideo Itami just relentless with this attack. Sin Cara can't keep up. Hideo Itami's strikes are just too damn powerful. Kick after kick, and another one. And now Sin Cara finally falls. And Hideo Itami, since tagging into this matchup, he has just been unstoppable. As Sin Cara whipped into this corner. Perhaps another tag team maneuver is on the way. Finn Balor whipping that. Oh, and another kick to the right in between the shoulders again. Balor the cover. 2. No, but Sin Cara somehow able to survive. Kalisto, meanwhile, taken out with a DDT from Itami. And again, more chaos is ensuing. It's breaking out. Balor dumping Sin Cara to the outside. Oh my god, look at Finn Balor. Finn Balor over the top rope, taking out a Sin Cara. And now, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Just like the Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara and Kalisto now taken out by Itami and Balor. I said this was going to be a high-paced matchup. Very high-octane performance, but I wasn't even expecting this. Sin Cara able to survive. Just barely. Somehow able to keep himself in the match. And now he dodges the attempted dropkick from Balor. Sin Cara. He's got Balor. Sit out powerbomb. And the shoulders are down. 1, 2. No! Oh, close call there from Finn Balor, but he's able to kick out. But wow. This match, I can't keep up. It's just too much for me. Oh, what is this? Kalisto, oh, a dropkick into the reverse STO. And Balor just snapped face first into the mat. Kalisto now hooks the leg on Balor. But again, Balor kicks out. Just what is it going to take to end this matchup? Balor, he's just completely out of it. Look at Sin Cara. I'm sorry, Kalisto. The arm drag off the top rope. This is what I'm talking about. It's just so fast-paced, I can't even keep up with who's the legal man. A moonsault there from Kalisto. Hooks the leg again. 2. No. Balor kicks out again. But seriously, how much more can Finn Balor possibly have left? Kalisto and Sin Cara are just taking it to this tag team. The champs, they're in dire straits right now. Balor kicked square in the face by Kalisto. And Kalisto roll up. No, wait. Oh! Turn it into another kick. A beautiful combination of kicks from Kalisto. And that one could shut Balor's lights out. 2. No. Thank goodness for Finn Balor, Hideo Itami was able to sneak in at the last second to break up the pin. Balor now trying to stagger Kalisto. Pele kick. And Itami dumped outside, but meanwhile, Finn Balor with that Pele kick, he just completely changed the momentum of this matchup. Forearm, forearm, ducks under Pele kick again. Kalisto, he is just like that. Finn Balor has taken firm control of this matchup, and now Kalisto is out of it. He's out on his feet. Nobody's home. Shotgun dropkick into the corner. And Kalisto, Hideo Itami keeps getting knocked off the ropes. Just the force of these kicks from Balor. And now Kalisto hung upside down. Finn Balor. Oh, you can't be serious. A coup de grace of sorts to the chest of Kalisto as he was hung up in the Tree of Woe. Finn Balor now, just like that. Kalisto, he's got no hope. No hope of regaining control in this matchup at the moment. There's a kick again. Oh, and in stereo. Super kick coupled with an enziguri. And factor in the power behind the kicks of Itami. No chance for Kalisto. Another flurry of kicks. I know, I certainly would not want to be Kalisto right now. Hideo Itami, these kicks could kill. And another one, right? A roundhouse. And Kalisto, I don't understand how this man can even get back to his feet. How is this man still conscious? Hideo Itami has just been unloading with these kicks. And hesitation drop kick in the corner. Kalisto, he's a dead man. I'm sorry, but this match is over. After all these no! Kalisto able to dodge it. Kalisto! Salida del Sol! And the shoulders are down. 1, 2, 3. No! Somehow, some way, Hideo Itami had enough left in him to kick out of the Salida del Sol. Kalisto off the top rope. 450 splash, but he missed. And that's what I'm talking about. That could have just been the mistake that seals the fate of the Lucha Dragons. Kalisto with a high-risk 450 splash, but it didn't pay off. And now Itami just re-unloading with these kicks. And now a huge running boot in the corner. I think Kalisto's done. He missed the 450 splash, and now he's going to pay for it. Hideo Itami, a GTS from Itami! And now Sin Cara knocked off the ropes as well. Hideo Itami with the GTS, and he could have pinned him there, but this is unnecessary. This is going to kill him. This is just not fair to Kalisto. A GTS, and Balor now to the top rope. Coup de grace. And I'm sorry, there's no way Kalisto's kicking out of this. Just no chance in hell. 3. Oh my god. What a match. What a contest. What a tag team. What a tag team match. We saw the tag team. I can't even talk right now. I'm just speechless. We saw the high-flying antics. We saw the tag team capabilities. We saw the ferocious kicking abilities of everybody in this matchup. But in the end, Kalisto just took that one risk, and when the reward did not pay off, it was over. He crashed and burned, and that was it. It was over. As you see right here, the highlights of this matchup. So much went down in this matchup, but I mean, look at this combo of kicks. One in the corner, one in the face. But ultimately, this really right here, I think that was what really spelled the end for Kalisto. I mean, he did manage to counter back with the Salida del Sol, but those kicks, I don't think really Kalisto, that had to just be on instinct, that Salida del Sol. And then Hideo Itami busting out the GTS, the move that he made famous over in Japan. Hideo Itami, honestly, like I said, he could have pinned him off the GTS, but almost just showing that much respect for the Lucha Dragons, that this tag team felt the need to go that far just to make sure that they kept Kalisto down for the 3 counts. Really a testament to the abilities of the Lucha Dragons. But in the end, despite how good the Lucha Dragons were tonight, they're not the ones walking out with the gold. It is Hideo Itami and Finn Balor who, at the end of the night, they stand tall and they remain your tag team champions. So we finally move on to our first non-title matchup of the evening, but trust me, that does not mean that this matchup is going to be any less intense. In fact, it might be all the more intense because of that reason. We have the newcomer, the other man who made his debut at the Battleground pay-per-view for the Raw roster. It is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe tonight, he's set to go one-on-one with the Viper, Randy Orton. And this matchup has been, it really will be the grudge match that has just been boiling over weeks of frustration between Randy Orton and Samoa Joe. First, it was Randy Orton who really issued the challenge on Samoa Joe by laying him out after his match with an RKO. But he took it one step further. Randy Orton went so far as to call Samoa Joe a rookie, and that not just Samoa Joe, but Randy Orton will be targeting each and every so-called rookie on the roster, and he seeks to eliminate them. Randy Orton, he would like us to call him now the Rookie Killer. Much like the Legend Killer of old, now that Orton himself has become the legend, he's fighting with all his might to maintain that position on the card. He doesn't want to go back to the way things were on SmackDown, where he was simply forgotten. For weeks, Randy Orton would not even be on the match card. He wouldn't be on the SmackDown shows. SmackDown, he had become a nobody. But he doesn't want that to happen anymore. And tonight, he's looking to make a statement out of Samoa Joe. He's looking to tear down Samoa Joe's legacy and really prove that he is nothing more than a rookie here in the WWE. Randy Orton, he says, it shows on the back of his t-shirt, strike first, and that really has become his mentality. He struck first by taking out Samoa Joe before Joe could take him out. And now tonight, he's looking to put the final nail in the coffin. Survivor Series, could this be the start of Randy Orton's rise back to stardom? Could he perhaps be? Does he have I'm sorry, I can't even talk right now. Does he have one more World Championship run left in him? I guess we're going to find out tonight. If he can defeat Samoa Joe, I think the case is definitely made that Randy Orton is, he is deserving of another title shot. But if Samoa Joe gets the win, I mean, just think, what is that going to do to Randy Orton? He's going to look like a fool because he's the one who picked this fight. And if he can't get the job done tonight, not only is that going to make Samoa Joe really, is it really going to just, I can't think of the word. I had the word, but I can't think of it. Really just, I guess, confirm Samoa Joe's status on the roster as a main eventer. It's going to backfire on Orton. And it's just going to make Orton look that much more stupid. Because he picked this fight. It's a fight that he didn't have to make. But now that he has, if he doesn't get the job done, it is going to look terrible on his resume, that's for sure. If he wants to get back in the world title picture, losing this matchup tonight is the opposite way to go about it. Well, as this matchup is now on the outside, like I was talking about, this matchup is not going to be any less intense. And in fact, it could be very much more so intense. I don't even know if that's grammatically correct. We're going to run with it. That last tag team matchup has really put me in a, ooh, got to recover from that. But, I mean, I don't know, this matchup, I feel like this one could be a potential show stealer. You have Samoa Joe, a guy who's trying to make a name for himself on the WWE roster. Making his debut at Battleground, he certainly came in with all the hype. But tonight he's got to live up to that hype. Whereas Randy Orton, he's made his statements known, he's made his intentions very clear. And now that he's done that, there's no way he's going to back down. He is going to give it every single thing he's got. He's going to try to end Samoa Joe's career tonight. But right now it is Samoa Joe in control, side suplex. Randy Orton dropped on the back of his head. As Orton trying to get back to his feet, and he was able to counter with an elbow there, and a European uppercut from Randy. One thing Joe and Orton really excel with is their striking ability. We've seen a lot of striking tonight. I mean, we saw with Hideo Itami's kicks. We saw with Cesaro's European uppercuts, Baron Corbin's strikes. But I think this is just going to be another brawl. Because, I mean, Randy Orton, I wouldn't say either of these men are on Undertaker levels of best pure striker in the history of wrestling. But that doesn't, that's not to really sell short that striking ability that they have. I mean, Samoa Joe, he's got some deadly kicks he can throw your way. You get caught with that elbow into the enziguri, you're going to be lights out. You could be down for the rest of the week. As Samoa Joe, a crossface applied here, and the arm is all wrapped up. But that's the thing, Samoa Joe, he's not a one-trick pony. He's not all strikes. He's not all power. He's very much so the submission specialist, and right now, he is capitalizing on that ability. Wearing down Randy Orton. Trying to just soften him up. Prevent him from not only taking control of the match, but setting him up for these vicious moves in the process. Senton from Samoa Joe. Off the Uranagi side slam, and now the leg is hooked. Deadly combination could get the job done, but it does not. Joe arguing with the referee there. And I agree, with any normal man, that would have done the trick right there. So it really is a testament just to Randy Orton, not only his experience, but he knows how to take a beating. And he is glutton for punishment tonight. Orton has shown in the past that he can take, just think about it. His match with Triple H way back when he broke his collarbone during the middle of the match. But he didn't quit. He kept on going. He didn't win the match, but hell, that didn't stop Randy Orton from trying to put up some sort of a fight. Samoa Joe really is going to have to knock this man out cold to put him down for 3 seconds. Not to say that Samoa Joe can't do it, but Orton, he's got a hell of a mean streak. And he is as defiant as they come. As right now, as he has just dissected Samoa Joe, stomping away. Now just telling him to get up. Randy Orton he doesn't even want to dirty his hands by picking Samoa Joe up. He's making Joe fight his way back to his feet just so he can put him back down again. Snap suplex, bridging into the pin. 2. No, but Joe kicks out. I mean, that's a bit of a smart strategy there from Orton, although it could backfire on him as well because he is giving Joe that time to recover. And for a superstar like Randy Orton, who has shown his viciousness in the past. Wait a minute. Oh my God! Talk about viciousness. That clothesline just turned Samoa Joe inside out. Samoa Joe. That clothesline might have just been the end for Samoa Joe. And now it's Randy Orton with a submission hold. The reverse Boston Crab. Samoa Joe trapped center of the ring. Will he be able to power his way out of this one, or will Samoa Joe tap out? No! Joe able to work his way out of the hold. And that's why they call him the submission specialist. Look at this! Samoa Joe German suplex. Now the arms are hooked. Dragon suplex. And now, for the trifecta, the straight jacket German suplex. Shoulders down. 2. No! Orton just able to kick out. But how much energy does that require from Samoa Joe? And he was able to slip out of the reverse Boston Crab, and now look at that flurry of slaps and just bone-shattering offense. Orton whipped into the corner. Samoa Joe, a flying forearm. Randy Orton, I mean, he has picked a bone with Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe is looking to jab that bone straight into Randy Orton's chest in this matchup tonight. That metaphor kind of got away from me. Joe ducks underneath. Leapfrog over top. Randy Orton with a full head of steam. He gets taken down with that power slam by Samoa Joe. And Joe looking to just toss Orton around like a rag doll. A nice suplex from Joe. And now it's Samoa Joe who's starting to dissect Randy Orton. But Orton, like I talk about, defiant as ever, still kicks out. And now Samoa Joe. No, wait. Orton able to navigate his way out of that head scissors. And Samoa Joe trying to get back to his feet. But that gave Orton the opportunity to regain control in the match. And Joe dumped to the outside once again. Randy Orton picking Joe back to his feet and slams him right into the barricade. Randy Orton a punch to the back of Joe's head. And again, he's going to throw him into the barricade once more. Randy Orton, back suplex. And Samoa Joe, that upper back just crashing straight down on the barricade. And now Randy telling Joe to get up. Get back to his feet, damn it. Randy Orton, Thez press. And the closed fist, the punches, right to Joe's nose. Randy Orton, there's that mean streak of his. He's shown in the past that he's got a bit of an attitude problem. So if you really get this man fired up, he will tear your head off. And that's just what Orton would love to do to Samoa Joe tonight. Bashing him skull first off of that steel ring post. Samoa Joe, he could be out like a light. No! Joe the Jawbreaker. And if anything, that seems to have just fired him up. Randy Orton taken down by Samoa Joe as he's planted face first. It almost seems like Joe bouncing skull first off the ring post has just woken him back up. Talk about being glutton for punishment. Samoa Joe, not only can he take it, but he can dish it out as well. As Randy Orton, he just got slammed in that barricade. Joe breaking the count. And now Joey's got an extra couple seconds to beat Randy Orton to a bloody pulp on the outside as he bounces him off of the announce table. And now off the ring post. Shoulder first goes Randy. Samoa Joe right now, he's looking to take the fight back to Randy Orton. Really give him a taste of his own medicine. There's a shot right to the chest. And a big boot to follow it up. Randy Orton trying to struggle back to his feet. Samoa Joe just lying in wait. And Randy, he's caught. Samoa Joe, no! Orton shifted the weight. And that back suplex turns into a crossbody. And it turns into some Randy Orton much-needed offense. Oh, and talking about Orton offense, we're about to see some vintage Randy Orton with that spike DDT. And Samoa Joe is busted open. The blood, you can see it on the face of Samoa Joe. Already just pouring into the eyes of Joe. The cover now by Orton. But Joe gets the shoulder up. And just look at the disbelief on Randy Orton. Just look at the expression. He thought for sure that was going to put Joe out. But clearly, Randy Orton is not giving Samoa Joe enough credit. As Orton now just wrenching on the head and neck of Samoa Joe. Just frustration boiling over. Randy sizing him up to drop the knee right onto that bloody cut on Samoa Joe's face. Randy Orton. He has got Samoa Joe right in the palm of his hands. And now just looking to really pick apart that open wound. Stomping again on the busted open cut. And that wound is just getting opened up more and more with each passing attack. But Joe caught the kick and a clothesline. Nearly beheaded Randy Orton. Samoa Joe now a dragon sleeper, but you can tell the fatigue is starting to get to him. Unaware of his ring presence and Orton's foot under that bottom rope, but Joe, he doesn't care. Samoa Joe just going to unleash a barrage of attacks instead. And whatever Samoa Joe uses, it's enough to really keep Randy reeling. There it is! The elbow, the enziguri combo, and it's over. Samoa Joe, he's about to finish Randy off right now. That's what I was talking about earlier. You don't want to get hit with that combination. And that might just be lights out for Randy Orton. Samoa Joe looking to set him up for the muscle buster, but no. Randy had the wherewithal to counter. And a knife edge shot from Randy. You can hear that one echo throughout this arena here in San Antonio. Orton trying to pick Joe up, but Joe, both of these men just seeming to get fired up as the match continues. The more punishment they take, I mean, it seems like the more they're able to dish out. But Joe shuts down the rally with that fireman's carry slam, but no, not even a 3 count. Randy still defying Samoa Joe, even to his last breath. Randy Orton will continue to kick out of whatever Samoa Joe dishes out. But Joe just took him to the outside. You've got to be kidding me, Samoa Joe! Samoa Joe throwing himself through the ropes, that elbow or maybe a forearm right into Randy Orton's face. I talk about Kevin Owens being a big man who loves to take risks. Samoa Joe is just as deadly. He's just as insane. Randy Orton, that might be the deciding factor in this matchup. Orton, he went to the outside for a bit of reprieve, but he wasn't going to get it. Not if Samoa Joe could help it. Oh, and a kick right to the gut. That'll take the wind right out of the lungs of Randy Orton. Samoa Joe tossing Orton back into the corner. Perhaps looking. The muscle buster could be on the way. Randy up on that top rope, but Joe, he gets kicked off. Randy Orton, crossbody! How often do we see Orton take a risk from the top rope? The crossbody by Orton. And again, looking to size Joe up for that spike DDT. And he nails it. Randy Orton, he could just be one RKO away from the win. As you see, pounding the mat. Just telling Joe, get up. Here we go, RKO. And it's over. Randy Orton, the hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. What? What? Samoa Joe just kicked out of the RKO. Randy can't believe it. I can't believe it. This crowd can't believe it. The referee might even be in a little bit of shock. Joe, oh, the senton. And you see the blood, just look at the blood pouring out of the skull of Samoa Joe. But now look at this. Joe, senton after senton. Samoa Joe, like I said, the more punishment these two men take, it almost seems like the entirety of this matchup has just been a warm-up. They're only just getting started. Samoa Joe whipping Randy Orton into the turnbuckle. And there you saw, he's going for the kill. Elbow again, enziguri. And Randy, he's down. This time he could be down for the count. But Samoa Joe, just looking for the insurance policy. Making sure that it is indeed a 3 count. When he pins Randy Orton this time. To the top rope, Samoa Joe has him up. Muscle Buster! And I don't care who you are not kicking out of that. 2, 3. Samoa Joe. I mean, what left does he have to prove after that match with Randy Orton? He's a main event superstar. Not even a potential main event superstar. He just became one. After that match with Randy Orton, I mean, we've seen what Samoa Joe can do. He can go toe-to-toe with a former World Heavyweight Champion. And, I mean, just look at this. This I was not expecting. Samoa Joe risking his body. But then it was Orton with a crossbody who answered back. So everybody taking risks in this matchup. And I will say, give credit where credit's due. Randy Orton put up a hell of a fight as well. But ultimately, Randy Orton, talk is cheap if you can't back it up. And Randy Orton just proved that his stock is decreasing. Samoa Joe, I mean, you see the wound. He's not walking out without a scar from this matchup, but he wins nonetheless. So I'm sure by now you're probably thinking, wow, this has been an amazing event so far. Really, all of these superstars are giving it their all. But there's just one man who would like to destroy all of those hopes of this being an amazing pay-per-view. And his name is John Cena. No, I'm just kidding, we're not going there. Anyways, we have match number 5 of this event. It is, of course, the man, the meme himself, John Cena. And he is back, perhaps better than ever, as John Cena, after being sidelined for well over a month with an injury at the hands of Brock Lesnar. Give the assist to Bray Wyatt as well. John Cena is back to take on the man who attacked him following his WWE Championship loss at Night of Champions, the aforementioned Bray Wyatt. And, I mean, you want to talk about intense matchups. That Randy Orton Samoa Joe match really did set the bar pretty high. But this one, this is as personal as it gets. Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. One man out to make a statement. To make a statement out of a former WWE champion. The other, revenge is on the brain. And you hear it now, folks. That eerie theme music that has become synonymous with the Eater of Worlds. The new face of fear. It is Bray Wyatt making his entrance here in San Antonio, Texas. And as you see in the audience, the fireflies. All the cell phones lit up. That is Bray Wyatt's army. And it is growing. This man, Bray Wyatt, he is slowly building up a legacy here in the WWE. And ultimately, the catalyst that really could catapult Bray Wyatt into stardom is the man who stands before him, just now exiting the ring, John Cena. The former WWE Champion tonight is about to go one-on-one with a monster, the likes of which he has never faced before. Bray Wyatt, what he did to John Cena at Night of Champions, he is out tonight to prove that that was just a mere taste of what he is capable of. And surely, neither of these two men are going to leave this matchup unscathed. As John Cena, here we go, right out of the gate, a Thez press, and John Cena hammers away with those right hands to the face of Bray Wyatt. And just look at the aggression to start this one off by John Cena. John Cena bringing the fight to Bray Wyatt, not wasting any time. He is out for revenge tonight, and John Cena will be damned if Bray Wyatt walks out the victor. John Cena, just look at all these punches, a flurry of strikes. Oh, but Bray Wyatt caught that one. And a kick to the gut now. Oh! Wow, what a devastating uppercut there to the jaw of John Cena. Wyatt now has Cena out of the corner. Snake eyes! And John Cena staggers. Bray Wyatt, no. Cena blocks the punch, and he's back. He retaliates with another one of his own. And this time, no, he doesn't connect. Wyatt counters again. And, no wait, counter again. Back and forth these two men go. This time, Cena catches him in the face with that "you can't see me" punch. And Bray Wyatt, he saw it coming the first two times, but he couldn't block that third one. And now John Cena, relentlessly dropping these elbows right into the chest, the sternum of Bray Wyatt. Now delivers a drop kick. John Cena, he has this pent-up frustration that he has just been forced to sit on the sidelines and accumulate since Night of Champions. But now that he's back, he is looking to destroy Bray Wyatt once and for all. Roman Reigns couldn't get the job done at SummerSlam, but John Cena, he's hoping that he can live up to the task tonight. Bray Wyatt choking out Cena here in the center of the ring. Referee gonna have to keep an eye on that. A very aggressive start to this matchup. Bray Wyatt just slamming those elbows into the shoulders of John Cena, and now stomping a mud hole. And again, Bray Wyatt, vicious kicks right to the chest. He is the Eater of Worlds, the new face of fear, and he is unloading it. No! Cena counters. There's a kick to the gut by John, and Cena, look at that! Fisherman suplex, a snap fisherman suplex. Bray Wyatt. You know, forget about the size of this man, forget about the strength. He's getting tossed around like he's made of paper. John Cena, his strength is well documented. His resiliency, his endurance. And he is bringing the fight to Bray Wyatt right now. A nice gut-wrench suplex. And he's looking to follow it up with another suplex. Suplexes galore from John Cena. This one of the gut-wrench variety. And Bray Wyatt could be down, but will he be down for 3 seconds? No. Not barely even a second. As now John Cena hammers away. Elbows right to the face of Bray Wyatt. As John Cena picks Wyatt up to his feet. One thing you can expect this matchup to be, Cena, if he wants the upper hand, he's got to make it quick-paced. Because Bray Wyatt will work a very slow, very methodical style of offense. Oh my goodness! A devastating clothesline by John Cena turned him inside out. Cena doing a good job at quickening the pace, especially with a ferocious clothesline like that. And now Cena looking for a clothesline, but Wyatt caught him. And a spine buster slamming Cena into the canvas. Bray Wyatt, he's very methodical in that ring. He will pick you apart piece by piece if you let him. And right now, Bray Wyatt, he's got Cena in the center of the ring, starting to slow down the pace of this matchup. That's really how Wyatt excels. He just knows all these ways to pick you apart. As he takes him down with a hip toss. And now Wyatt off the ropes with a full head of steam. The senton. As that could put Cena away. The cover. 2. But of course it doesn't. This is John Cena we're talking about. It's going to take more than a senton. More than a pump handle slam to put Cena down. But Bray Wyatt right now, I mean, we've seen in the past what he is capable of. I mean, he defeated Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Bray Wyatt, he is capable of mass destruction. As he's up to the top rope now. Cena, look out below. No! Cena suckered him in. Playing a little bit of possum, perhaps. And now Cena going to the top rope. Wyatt, right where John Cena wants him. Look at that splash from the top rope. Cena hooks the leg. 1, 2. No! How often do we see John Cena go off the top rope? But even that isn't enough to put Bray Wyatt away. But it does show that John Cena is willing to take risks that he wouldn't normally take in order to put down the Eater of Worlds. As Bray Wyatt, he is in the wrong side of town. John Cena up on his shoulders. Attitude adjustment. No. Wyatt counters. Impaler DDT. As Wyatt, a beautiful counter to the attitude adjustment. He had it well scouted. And Cena up in the air. Oh my God, the whiplash. Wyatt the cover. 2. Throw. Cena just able to survive. But man, the back of Cena's head ricocheted off that canvas. Bray Wyatt, a move like that could nearly end a man's career. Talk about a concussion, Cena may have one. And now taken down with a Uranagi side slam. Bray Wyatt just unleashing hell on John Cena. But it's not enough for the 3 count. Cena, we talked about his endurance. You're going to have to practically kill this man in order to put him down for a 3 count. Bray Wyatt looking for the back suplex, but Cena reversed. And now John Cena with a much needed opening. A great counter, and it could shift the momentum in his favor. Very powerful right hand to the face of Bray Wyatt. And Cena, what does he have in mind right now? He's just waiting for Wyatt to get into position. But Wyatt struggling to get back to his feet. John Cena, he's got him. Setting him up. Facebuster. Bray Wyatt absolutely planted in the center of the ring. And Cena hooks the leg once again. 2. No. Bray Wyatt showing that he can take a licking as John Cena, of course, he doesn't have to worry about the Wyatt family tonight. They are nowhere to be found. But you never know. You never know with the Wyatt family. So I guess Cena will have to keep that in the back of his mind. But right now, he's just one-on-one with Bray Wyatt as he's got the armbar applied. Not typical Cena offense, but Wyatt with the counter. Oh, and he's going to pay for it. Cena tried to step out of his comfort zone, and it backfired. Wyatt with a resourceful counter, the crossbody, and now Cena. Oh no, Bray Wyatt, he's got him. Delivers Sister Abigail's kiss, and then plants him. That could be the 3 count right there. 1, 2, 3, no! Cena gets the shoulder up, much to Bray Wyatt's disbelief. Oh, but that only seems to have fired Bray Wyatt up. He expected nothing less from John Cena. Bray Wyatt tonight, he said that he would not only defeat John Cena tonight, but he is looking to take his soul. And now Bray Wyatt, DDT on the apron. John Cena is out cold. Bray Wyatt, if he's out to take John Cena's soul tonight, looking to first break him physically. And that DDT could be the nail in Cena's coffin. Cena somehow has the wherewithal to try to get back to his feet. But he's in no condition to fight right now. Bray Wyatt unleashing the punishment again. Another pump handle slam. That is solid concrete. Barely protected by that thin padding. And Bray Wyatt using it to his advantage. Bray Wyatt, who knows what lengths he will go to in order to win this matchup tonight, if that's even his goal. I mean, he's out to take his soul, so does Bray Wyatt, will he get himself disqualified in this matchup? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what Wyatt means when he says take his soul. He could be out. I really don't know. When it comes to this man, Bray Wyatt, I'm not always 100% sure what the end game is. But whatever it is, it's going to be bad news for John Cena. Oh, but Bray Wyatt, he missed it. Cena able to get out of dodge. And delivers a kick to the gut. How is Cena able to recover? Sunset flip. And the shoulders are down. 1, 2. No. Wyatt shifts it. 1, 2, 3. No. But what a counter by Wyatt. Cena just got his head taken off with a clothesline. Cena, he had that brief opening, but even then, he wasn't really in control. It was only for a brief moment. Just a bit of a hiccup on the part of Bray Wyatt, but he is back. He is back on top in this matchup, and John Cena, oh, a knee right to the back. Cena's in pain. He has taken a severe punishment. A severe beating at the hands of Bray Wyatt, and look at this. Wyatt with a type of camel clutch. John Cena, I mean, just look at that. Wyatt clawing at the face of John Cena. Cena's got no way to get to the ropes. Might be forced to tap out here. It's very rare that we see Cena tap, but it's not impossible. Bray Wyatt releasing the hold, and now Cena, he goes for a ride. Wyatt tossing him around like a rag doll. And again, Wyatt drops to his knees. Sister Abigail. Who is she? Whatever the case, she seems to have a huge influence over Bray Wyatt. Perhaps that's what's made him this monster that he is today. But that's just semantics at this point. John Cena, he can't even be thinking about that right now. He's got to be worried about Bray Wyatt, who runs at him, launches himself like a cannonball. And that might have just completely crushed the life out of John Cena. 1, 2. No, it has not. Try as he might, Bray Wyatt just cannot finish John Cena off. And look at this, Wyatt. He's getting frustrated now. Just clubbing blows to Cena, but Cena kicks him off. Creates a bit of separation. And John Cena now. Body shot. There's a punch to the face. John Cena just with these couple of strikes trying to buy himself some time. That clothesline just floored Bray Wyatt. And another one. No, Wyatt blocks it. But both of these men are on wobbly legs. John Cena whipped off the ropes. Oh, and Wyatt. Wyatt, just like a freight train, nearly took John Cena, cut him in half. And again, when John Cena starts to muster some offense, it's Bray Wyatt who shuts him back down before he can get too much going for him. Now Wyatt. This is going to be bad news for John Cena. He's up on that top rope. Very precarious position. A shot from Wyatt, but Cena kicks him off. John Cena crossbody. Shoulders down. Legs are hooked. 2. Throw. No. Again, John Cena stepping out of his comfort zone, and he nearly had Wyatt there. One-handed bulldog, and I think Bray Wyatt's face caught one of those ropes. That is solid steel in those ropes. And now Wyatt whipped into the turnbuckle. John Cena with a huge clothesline. Bray Wyatt drops like a sack of potatoes. And John Cena, he has to keep the assault on. Can't give Bray Wyatt a moment to recover. Another clothesline, maybe John Cena. Look at a 4-corner Bray Wyatt just like Baron Corbin did to Cesaro. A very ruthless pursuit here from John Cena as Wyatt back to his feet. John Cena has him up. Attitude adjustment, and the leg is hooked. Surely this is it. 2, 3, no! How much does John Cena have to do to finally finish Wyatt off once and for all? Wyatt struggles to get back to his feet, but now John Cena setting up the 5 moves of doom. Ducks a clothesline, down goes Wyatt. John Cena, we have seen this before. This is vintage John Cena. You can't see him, Bray Wyatt. But we all know what's coming next. 5-knuckle shuffle. And Bray Wyatt, he could be moments away from defeat. Cena tossing him into the corner. This is usually where he would go for the attitude adjustment, but I think John Cena has something even bigger, more destructive in store. That's what Cena needs to finish off a monster. Perhaps a super attitude adjustment in the works. No. Wyatt kicks him off. We'll never know. Look at this shoulder block. Like a battering ram. Wyatt launching himself off that top rope. And now Bray Wyatt has Cena. What is this? Oh my god! What a gutbuster. A tilt-a-whirl gutbuster from Bray Wyatt. And John Cena. What can he possibly have left? Oh, and just like at Night of Champions, Bray Wyatt dancing around with Cena's lifeless body. More like a carcass at this point. And Sister Abigail for the second time. Bray Wyatt hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. It is all over, folks. Bray Wyatt. He's done it. He has put away John Cena, the mighty John Cena, once and for all. But give credit to John Cena. He took Bray Wyatt to war, but ultimately it just he didn't stand a chance. What we saw from Bray Wyatt, there's much more that Bray Wyatt has left in store for the WWE locker room. And it's like I said at the beginning of this matchup, this was the catalyst that could catapult Bray Wyatt to the top of the card. And John Cena, he stood no chance. That is the standard bearer in that locker room for the past decade, and Bray Wyatt has just conquered him and left him utterly broken. You see this crowd watching on. They are giving John Cena a standing ovation. Oh, but no. No, Bray Wyatt is not done. He said he was going to take John Cena's soul tonight. And he's about to do that just now with a steel chair in hand. Oh, clocks him right in the skull. And now one, you hear the chants, let's go Cena. Some Cena sucks, but either way, the sound is deafening. But Bray Wyatt with these vicious chair shots, John Cena, no matter how much the crowd tries to will him back to his feet, it just isn't going to happen. Bray Wyatt's got another chair. And again to the skull of John Cena. Come on, Bray Wyatt, enough is enough. Oh my god, what is it? You can't be serious, he's not going to do this. Bray Wyatt, somebody's got to stop this. Bray... Oh my god! That's Sting! Sting with the baseball bat to the skull of Bray Wyatt! Sting is here! Sting is here, and he's getting himself some of Bray Wyatt! Sting has come out to the rescue of John Cena. Tombstone pile driver! Sting has just laid out Bray Wyatt. And listen to this crowd. This crowd with a standing ovation to Sting. As Bray Wyatt can't even get back to his feet. Sting. Oh, he's setting him up. Sting, Scorpion Death Drop. Sting has just laid out the new face of fear. Here at Survivor Series, Sting is back in universe mode. And John Cena, he has been saved tonight by Sting. Oh my God, I never thought I would see Sting back. Can you believe it? The icon Sting is back in universe mode. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania. But we'll have to put that aside for right now. That's talk for another time. The World Heavyweight Championship is up for grabs as Captain Charisma, the former World Heavyweight Champion Christian, makes his way down to the ring. He is looking for the ultimate redemption. He is looking to gain his World Heavyweight Championship back, the title he lost to Dolph Ziggler at Extreme Rules. He is looking to win it back tonight and get some revenge, redemption against Ryback in the process. Christian. His story has been well documented to this point. His history with Ryback, I mean, Night of Champions of last year, where he lost his Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. Well, I should say, first of all, SummerSlam, he lost the Intercontinental Championship to Ryback. Night of Champions, 3 kill switches, could not put Ryback away. Then we fast forward. The WWE Draft, who's brought over to Monday Night Raw. Loss after loss after loss to Dolph Ziggler, eventually losing his World Heavyweight Championship as well. Couldn't regain the title at Over the Limit. Couldn't get another shot at the title. He was knocked out of the running. Tried to get some momentum back in his corner in a match against Ryback at Money in the Bank, but he couldn't get the job done. Even then, Ryback was still too tough for him. But finally, even after failing to win the King of the Ring tournament, after being denied a #1 contenders match by Paul Heyman, even having to go through his best friend Edge, turning his back on him, all for the sake of this World Heavyweight Championship match. It has been a long road for Christian to get back to the top, but now that he's here, he could get it done tonight. But even then, he's got to defeat a man that he has never been able to defeat, and that is the big guy, the human wrecking ball, Ryback. Ryback, of course, he won the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam from the man who defeated Christian, Dolph Ziggler, the man who is still on the shelf after a neck injury he suffered in a TLC match with Edge. Some believe that Ryback only worsened the injury with just his physical style, his power. But also some believe that Ryback took it easy on Dolph Ziggler when he won the title because he knew Dolph was hurt. But regardless of whatever the case may be, Christian doesn't care. Christian, he didn't care if he had to face Ryback or if it was Dolph Ziggler. He didn't care if it was Edge. No matter who he had to go through to win that World Heavyweight Championship, Christian was going to do it. And tonight, this is his ultimate and his last opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. If he doesn't get the job done tonight, there's no way Paul Heyman's going to give him another shot. Christian, he's had so many opportunities in this past year. This is Christian's one last shot. This is his one last match for the World Heavyweight Championship. So he's got to make it count. If he doesn't win tonight, what's left for Christian's career? Ryback with a headbutt, backing Christian into the corner. There's a shot right to the body. Christian tried to get out of the corner, but Ryback wasn't going to have it. And just look at Ryback unloading with these right and left hands. And then a hip toss, sending Christian halfway across the ring. But Christian sweeps out the leg. A resourceful counter from the veteran Christian as he drags Ryback away from the ropes. Elbow right to the face, driving the point of the elbow right into almost the bridge of the nose of Ryback. Ryback, though, blocks a punch. Christian staggered from a right hand from Ryback. Another one. Ryback whips him off the ropes, ducks underneath. A bit of agility on the part of Ryback, and then he just Not only with the big boot, but following through, stomping right into the chest, the ribs of Christian. And look at the strength deadlift powerbomb. Ryback the hook of the leg. 2. No, Christian kicks out, but you got to admit, Ryback, the power game, unmatched in Universe mode. The only person I think who could perhaps match Ryback's power, at least if you want to talk about pound for pound, we do say that Cesaro is the strongest man. But in just all-out power, you want to talk about the capacity for strength. I think Ryback might just have the edge over Cesaro in that regard. And regardless of the case, Christian, sure as hell, is nowhere near the level of strength in terms of raw power that Ryback has. Christian, he needs another strategy. But just look at Ryback manhandling Christian. Shoulder switch power slam. And again, Ryback hooks the leg. But he can't get the 3 count. Christian kicks out again. Oh, and now a kick to the back there by Christian. Or to Christian by Ryback. I apologize if I sound a little disoriented. This whole event has just been crazy. Ryback just pounding on the chest. He's like an animal in there. As he's got Christian looking for another powerbomb, but Christian, he's not going to have it. Delivers a kick to the gut and an uppercut. Christian rolls the world champ over and then just bashes his face into the canvas, following it up with a drop kick in the process. Christian looking to gain control in this matchup for the first time. Oh, he went to slap Ryback in the face, but Ryback wasn't going to have that. That's for sure. And look at the world champ. No. Christian blocks the suplex. And now inside cradle. The legs are hooked. Shoulders are down. 1, 2. No. Not even a 2 count. Ryback muscles his way out of it at 1. But Christian using those veteran instincts of, oh, and there's a slap. That's just the aggression. There's nothing smart about that. That's just pure frustration. And a reverse elbow. Christian putting his athleticism on display. Now the forearm into the face. 1, 2, no. Kick out by Ryback at 1 again. Christian off the ropes and a clothesline. More of a right hand to the face, I suppose. But Ryback right back to his feet. Body shot, chop. Ryback again taken off his feet. Christian got to utilize whatever he has in his arsenal. And perhaps even a little bit extra to keep Ryback down tonight. Christian perhaps trying to go to work on the leg of the big guy, try to cut off his power game. But Ryback with a quick counter. He knows what Christian's trying to do. Oh, a clubbing blow to the back. As Christian bracing himself on the ropes. But that came back to haunt him. Ryback a huge knee in the face. And now Christian out on the outside. He's taken aback. But Christian a nice counter. The elbow into Ryback's face. And he follows it up with a knee. And that time Ryback went down. Christian, his strategy tonight, if one move doesn't put Ryback down, just keep hitting him and hitting him and hitting him until he finally falls. And then once he's down, keep him down. Vicious kicks from Christian as he picks Ryback up, looking for a pendulum backbreaker. Targeting the lower back now of Ryback. Again, trying to cut off that power game. If he couldn't target the leg earlier, Ryback wouldn't let him. So he's got to try a different approach. And really going to work on the lower back. It's about the next best strategy. Again, a backbreaker. 3rd time's the charm. And now Christian rolling him over. And now a submission hold. And being sure there, the veteran again, instincts of Christian, driving the knee right into the lower back of Ryback. Putting the utmost strain on that back in the submission hold. Of course, Ryback would not tap out. But I don't think that was the objective. Christian just trying to do whatever damage he can. Ryback, a counter into a jawbreaker. And now, Ryback just looking to work through the pain. Powerbomb to Christian. but he keeps him hooked. Second powerbomb, the trifecta on the way, and he nails it. Ryback hooks the leg. 1, 2, no! Again, a kick out by Christian. My voice has really taken a toll in this matchup. Really, over the course of this whole night, quite frankly. Oh, a huge. Just engulfing him with that clothesline. Ryback dragging Christian, trying to position him as he goes to the second rope. Battering ram shoulder block. Ryback has slowed down the pace of this matchup because that's what works for him. Christian, he can utilize more high-flying offense, more quick-paced. But then again, Ryback does have occasional bursts of agility, like with that splash. But Ryback, ultimately, if he keeps it that way, that's not the type of style that works for him. He's just flat-out power. And again, a splash this time to the back. Because now he rolls Christian over. Ryback perhaps trying to center him. And he's going to go off the ropes again. Off the second rope. And a huge splash. Look at the height as Ryback hooks the leg. 2. No, Christian kicks out defiantly at 2. But Ryback, he's got Christian reeling despite Christian's defiance. You know, pure defiance is not going to give you an advantage in this matchup. As the Thez press, or not the Thez press. Shades of the Ultimate Warrior with that one. Gorilla press into the splash. No, it's not a 3 count though. A nice combination from Ryback. Paying homage to the Ultimate Warrior, but it's not enough to put Christian away. Christian now dumped over the top rope, and he manages to hang on. But Ryback, he's just going to bring him back into the ring anyway. A vertical suplex. And Ryback, you know, just keeping himself loose right now. I mean, he's got control of the matchup. He doesn't want to do something that would make a mistake. Don't get a cramp. He doesn't want to make any mistakes in this matchup now that he's got control. Christian bounced off the rope. Slingshot suplex. Ryback using the ring to his advantage. But Christian, European uppercut. Back to his feet. And Christian now trying to go back on the attack. Ryback thrown into the corner. Christian a chop, a knife edge chop, and another one. Ryback staggered here. European uppercut off the second rope. Christian again going back to the well. Top rope once more. Looking to take a risk. Elbow drop right to the heart, and the leg is hooked on Ryback. 1, 2, no. Ryback will be damned if a simple elbow drop keeps him down for 3. But Christian, little by little, he's wearing him down. That's what he's got to do. Oh, and another slap to the face. I mean, Christian, he knows that Ryback can kick out of 3 kill switches. He's done it in the past. So what Christian is doing right now is inflicting as much damage as possible before he goes for the finishing blow. That might be just what he needs to do to put Ryback down for the 3 seconds. As Christian, you see, he's just exhausted. Slowly but surely getting Ryback up to that top rope. But whatever he's looking for, it's going to be... Oh, this is a superplex in the works. Christian risking his own body to put Ryback away. But has he done it? 1, 2. No, he has not. And just look at that look of disdain on the face of Christian. Ryback trying to get back to his feet, but he's having a hard time doing it. And Christian puts him right back down with a reverse DDT. He's going to try the cover again. 1, 2. No. No matter how much he does, no matter how hard he tries, Christian just cannot put Ryback down. Here we go again. 2. No, Ryback just muscles him off. But Christian, using that momentum to get back to the second rope. Hurricanrana. Christian's maintaining the attack. Even when, he used that momentum Ryback gave him to his advantage. Used it to get up to that second rope for a high-flying maneuver. Oh, and now slaps him in the face again. Ryback staggered from that one. And Christian, single knee gutbuster. Christian again. Frequent pinfall attempts. 1, 2. But again, Ryback kicks out. Christian, even if he doesn't get the 3 count, he's still forcing Ryback to expend energy. But it could be backfiring for Christian. He seems to be getting more and more desperate, more and more frustrated. But he's got to keep himself composed. He doesn't want to make a critical error and lose this matchup. As here we go, the armbar. It is applied center of the ring. Christian wearing Ryback down. A very smart strategy there from Christian. Utilize the submissions. Oh, but Ryback caught the slap, slapped Christian in the face. And now here comes Ryback. Ryback is channeling that second wind. And the momentum is his. A Thez press. And now slamming Christian off the mat. Again and again and again. Now to the corner he goes, and we know what's coming next. Feed him more. And the meat hook. No! Christian countered it. A power slam. 1, 2. No! Ryback's own momentum almost came back to cost him the match. Christian, a beautiful counter to the meat hook clothesline. But even then, he couldn't keep him down for 3 seconds. Now a reverse atomic drop. Actually, that's a regular atomic drop. My apologies. Christian to the top rope. Frog splash! And the leg is hooked. Another signature maneuver from Christian. 2. No! No matter what he does, it isn't enough. And that has got to be eating away at Christian right now. Think of how desperate this man has been the past several months. And now that he's so close, he is so close to getting it done every time he fails. It's just building up and building up. Christian dropkick. Ryback, every time he tries to get back to his feet, Christian has an answer for him. But even then, Ryback still continues to fight. He barely knows where he is, but he's still pushing himself back to his feet. Christian, no! Ryback, he just swatted him out of the air like a fly. And Christian can't get back to his feet quick enough. Ryback, he's had enough time to recompose himself. Backdrop. And Ryback, he's firing up right now. The spine buster, and he goes to the corner again. He's firing up the crowd on their feet. They know what's coming next. Meat hook clothesline, and this time it connects. Christian did not counter. And now Ryback looking for the finish. He's looking to put Christian down once and for all. No! Christian with the counter. And there's a forearm. And a slap. Christian with an unyielding aggression. He just will not die. Much like Ryback. Oh, and Christian looking to take a page out of Bray Wyatt's book. DDT onto the apron. Anything to put Ryback away. And now Christian uncovering the announce table. This is not going to be good. As if the DDT wasn't enough. Oh no, Christian knows it's not enough. And that's exactly why he's doing this. Christian, he is trying to kill Ryback because he knows that no matter what he does, Ryback is just going to kick out. So Christian, he's going to keep attacking and attacking! Impaler DDT through the announce table. I've been doing this for too long, ladies and gentlemen. Ryback thrown back into the ring, but he's still trying to get to his feet. How is he doing this? Christian, I mean, just look at the frustration, just punching and punching. What more can Christian do? He's hit him with just about everything in his arsenal. And Ryback kicks out of everything. He kicks out of all of it. Christian, he might be running out of tricks. No, there's another one. Sit out mat slam. But Ryback's foot under the bottom rope, and that's where Ryback's legs. Christian, he only hooked the one leg. Maybe if he had hooked both, he could have had the 3 count. But we'll never know. Could have been on a mistake on the part of Christian. As Ryback dumps him to the outside, trying to take a moment to figure out where the hell he is. I mean, you see him holding his head there. Christian back into the ring. But Ryback, he's had the time to recover. And now Christian whipped off the ropes. Ryback, no! Another counter from Christian. And he spins him around. Oh, he's got the arms hooked. Christian, kill switch, engaged. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, no! There it is again. Deja vu for Christian. He nails the kill switch to perfection. And Ryback powers out of it nonetheless. And Ryback already to his feet. And he takes Christian down. Christian, I mean, no matter what he does, he just can't measure up. Ryback switches him, backpack stunner. And I don't care who you are, that's gonna knock you silly. Christian, if he can make it back to his feet, he's got a hell of a reward for it. Whipped off the ropes. Ryback, spine buster. Now it's Ryback inflicting as much damage as he can before going in for the kill. Because he knows that Christian is defiant. He knows that Christian is resilient. This is a former World Heavyweight Champion we're talking about. But Ryback, just like he's done in the past, marching around the ring, driving him down with a shell-shocked, hooking the leg for the 1, the 2, and the 3. And just like it has always been in the past, Ryback remains the winner. Christian could not get the job done, and Ryback retains the World Heavyweight Championship tonight. And not for lack of trying on the part of Christian. I mean, he hit Ryback with everything, including the kitchen sink. But he just couldn't do it. Ryback was just too tough for him. And even... oh, man. And apparently, even though losing to Baron Corbin on Raw, it didn't shake Ryback. He didn't have the greatest momentum heading into it, but nonetheless, he's still going to walk out of this thing victorious. And just like always, Ryback beats Christian, but this time, it's once and for all. Save the main event. This is most likely the match that you've all been waiting for. It is the beginning of the 5-on-5. And I won't say the traditional 5-on-5 because Seth Rollins, he's done it again. So instead of being a regular 5-on-5 tag team matchup with 5 men in the ring, Seth Rollins has managed to, whether it's with Kane, Paul Heyman, somehow, he made it. He was able to pull some strings. It's going to be a bit of a gauntlet sort of a tag team matchup. So we're going to start with 3 men on each team. And then people will come out once there's elimination. So Seth Rollins, basically it just gives him an excuse to not be here in the match from the beginning. But give credit to Dean Ambrose, he's here. Dean Ambrose, he'll just beat the crap out of anybody he has to get to Seth Rollins. So yes, it's the 5-on-5 elimination tag team gauntlet type match thingy. Whatever we'll call it at this point. But anyways, Team Ambrose making their way to the ring, and it looks like the first 3 representatives so far, 2 of them being Dean Ambrose and Sami Zayn. We're going to find out the third here in a moment, but of course, they will also be joined by Rob Van Dam, Batista, and Rusev. And of course, the 5 men representing Team Seth Rollins. It is the team captain, Seth Rollins, Blake and Murphy, The Big Show, and a mystery 5th man. So of course, we're probably not going to find out who the mystery man is right off the bat. I mean, that's just my assumption, because I'm sure Seth Rollins, he's got He wants to save that trump card for an emergency situation. So I'm sure Seth Rollins is just going to hope that his cronies, Big Show, Wesley Blake, and Buddy Murphy can just inflict as much damage as possible to start this matchup off. But maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I don't understand Seth Rollins. But at this point, I guess we'll just find out. But anyways, here's the third member of Team Ambrose to kick this matchup off. It is Mr. Monday Night, Mr. Pay-Per-View, Rob Van Dam. The whole effing show is here. And he is a member of Team Ambrose. And you see Rob Van Dam. You want to talk about history that people on Team Ambrose have with Seth Rollins. That's one thing that this matchup has going for it, is there is a lot of history involved. Rob Van Dam, back in July, he faced off against Seth Rollins in a matchup on Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins curb-stomped him until Rob Van Dam was eventually sidelined with a concussion. Not until King of the Ring did Rob Van Dam return, and even then at the King of the Ring tournament, he was eliminated in the first round by Seth Rollins. So Van Dam, his attempt at revenge, came up short. And then just looking at the other man in the matchup, Sami Zayn, he had an opportunity to qualify for the King of the Ring tournament, but Seth Rollins screwed him over, used the ropes, and that the referee didn't see it. And so Sami Zayn was removed from the equation. And then later on, Sami Zayn brought on as Dean Ambrose's tag team partner to combat Blake and Murphy at Battleground. And that, of course, was a losing effort on both the part of Sami Zayn and Dean Ambrose. But nonetheless, Sami Zayn, he's really managed to develop a friendship with Dean Ambrose. So, of course, Sami Zayn was the first man picked for Team Ambrose. So it's no surprise that Ambrose and Sami Zayn are both out here to start this matchup off. However, camaraderie is not something that I would say Team Rollins shares. No, it's more of like a business partnership when it comes to Team Rollins. You have the Big Show, who's the muscle. He's the bodyguard. He's really just there for enforcement for Seth Rollins. Then, of course, you have Blake and Murphy, who, how else can you really describe them? Just more help. Just a way to throw a tag team in the mix, get a couple of extra bodyguards, meat shields if it really comes down to it for Seth Rollins. But yep, here we go. This is just like I predicted. Blake and Murphy are going to be starting it off with the Big Show to represent Team Rollins. No surprise there. No surprise there. As here they are, coming down to the ring like a couple of dubstep cowboys, is Blake and Murphy. And, I mean, every time they make this entrance, I feel like it's just going to give me seizures. If you have epilepsy, you definitely do not want to be in the arena for this kind of entrance. Or if you are, just look away. Look away from Blake and Murphy. Look away from their despicable actions, their despicable entrance. Everything about these two men is quite despicable. But nonetheless, you can't deny that they have achieved success since debuting back at Night of Champions when they laid out Dean Ambrose following the steel cage match with Seth Rollins. They've won all of their tag team matchups to this point, including the match that I mentioned previously at Battleground. And you know, that's no easy feat, defeating talented competitors like Dean Ambrose and Sami Zayn. But Blake and Murphy were able to get it done. At the end of the day, if they keep it a tag team matchup, if they don't try to fight as individuals to take these men on one at a time, that's going to favor Blake and Murphy. But right now, it is Big Show and Dean Ambrose starting it off. Big Show trying to taunt to Dean Ambrose, but Ambrose having none of it. Look at that. Ambrose, vicious jabs, a headbutt. Now just trying to slap some sense into the Big Show. Drop kick to the chest. So, of course, Dean Ambrose going to come out like a ball of fire with that striker's mentality. But when it comes to the Big Show, Ambrose not going to be able to outpower this man. As Big Show now a headbutt of his own. He staggers Ambrose. Now a reverse elbow. Oh, and a huge kick to the face. And you see the way Ambrose fell, that left leg of his just really bent back. And I'm not quite sure if Big Show caught that, but perhaps Blake or Murphy did. Maybe they could try to utilize that to their advantage. But right now, when it's Big Show in the ring, he doesn't care. He automatically has the advantage with his size and his power game. Oh my god, you can hear that chop echo throughout the arena. And now Ambrose, trying to get back to his feet, but Big Show clocked him with one of those big left hooks. And now the cover. 2, no. Not even a 2 count. Ambrose kicking out at 1. No, and now Ambrose, the body shot. He's got to try to keep Big Show at bay as he backs him into the corner, albeit the wrong one. Ambrose still trying to put Big Show in a tough predicament. Big Show, though, with the counter. And now he makes the tag, the first tag of the matchup. It is Wesley Blake who enters the fold. And Ambrose just propelled into that turnbuckle. And now Wesley Blake looking to begin a dissection, a slow dissection of Dean Ambrose. As Ambrose again going to be whipped into the corner. The tag made this time to Buddy Murphy. Oh no, and they're already going for one of their big maneuvers. That assisted code breaker. That's the move that they used to lay out Dean Ambrose at Night of Champions. But Murphy not going for the cover. Instead, just looking to inflict more damage on Ambrose. I'm sure Seth Rollins has given these three men some sort of objective, and after seeing that Ambrose was going to be starting this matchup off, I'm sure Seth Rollins told them, hey, don't eliminate Ambrose. You can inflict as much damage as physically possible. That's what he wants them to do. But I'm sure he told them to leave the elimination. Leave it to him. Because Seth Rollins, while he has tried to avoid Ambrose in the past, I'm sure if Ambrose is slim pickings, Seth Rollins would love nothing more than to get that elimination on Dean Ambrose. As the tag is made to Rob Van Dam, and Van Dam, his boot square into the face of Wesley Blake, follows it up with a standing moonsault and a leg drop. Vintage Rob Van Dam with a leg drop like that. Is Rob Van Dam looking to quicken the pace of this matchup? Oh, the shoulder thrust in the corner, a backflip, and another one. That's Rob Van Dam for you. Pure adrenaline unleashed. As look at this. Oh, the leg drop guillotine. Almost a bit of a slingshot involved as well. Not really a slingshot, more of a springboard. Regardless, it's effective. And Wesley Blake, I don't think he really knows where he's at right now. Van Dam sends him off the ropes and an enziguri. A beautiful kick to the back of Wesley Blake's skull. He's trying to pick himself up to his feet. Ambrose looking to get into the ring here, but oh my god. Ambrose, he saw Buddy Murphy was going over for the interference. Unfortunately, the referee didn't. And as a result, Buddy Murphy gets away with it. And that's going to give Wesley Blake the upper hand. Blake, elevated, rope-assisted stomp to the chest of Rob Van Dam. And I have a feeling that this matchup is going to be a doozy. We do not have an elimination yet, as it is still the early stages of the match. But I feel like this matchup, this match is more of an all-out war. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose have been through so much. Of course, their history is well documented. If you haven't seen the promo yet, I suggest that you pause the match right now and go check it out, because that promo just describes their rivalry in ways that I can't put into words. So I'd advise that you check that out if you haven't already. Right now, Big Show, Blake, the double choke slammed at Rob Van Dam, but Van Dam takes him down. Standing shooting star press from Van Dam. And now Rob Van Dam looking for a bit of rolling thunder. Could that be enough to put the Big Show down for 3 seconds? 1, 2, no. Only 2. And Rob Van Dam now with a drop kick to the back of the neck of the Big Show. And Van Dam sizing him up perhaps for a Shining Wizard. He nailed that one. And Van Dam could be looking to go high risk. To the top rope he goes. Big Show struggling to get to his feet. And a cannonball dive from Rob Van Dam. Using his own body as a weapon. Again, the hook of the leg on the Big Show. 2, no. Not even a 2 count. Big Show shows some resilience, some defiance. Oh, and I think that's only fired the Big Show up, that last kick. Van Dam, the forearm to the face, but Big Show counters back with one of his own, and he staggers Van Dam. Here's Big Show, just throwing his entire frame at Rob Van Dam, and Big Show scrubbing now the boot into the face of Rob Van Dam. Just how disrespectful can you get? I mean, Big Show, he's a giant, and he'll let you know it. Van Dam dumped over the top rope. Oh my God! Huge right hand by the Big Show. Rob Van Dam crashes and burns to the outside. And now Big Show looking to follow in pursuit. Van Dam counters with an arm drag. There's a kick. A spinning kick, and now he takes him down with a head scissors. But Van Dam, I'm sure he wants to inflict damage here on the outside, but how the hell is he going to get Big Show back in the ring? I guess he doesn't have to. Big Show could be counted out. As Van Dam, the strength of Van Dam, able to drape Big Show across that apron, or across that barricade. Oh, and look at Van Dam. Vintage Van Dam. Off the apron, leg drop. And Rob Van Dam has just taken the Big Show out. But it looks like Van Dam's going to try to get Big Show in the ring, look for the pinfall elimination. But Buddy Murphy, referee, how are you just going to let Buddy Murphy get away with this? Buddy Murphy drives the knee into the skull, and I guess Van Dam, he is in no man's land, so I guess it's fair game, but I mean, come on. Murphy's not even the legal man. As Big Show dragging Van Dam now to the center of the ring. Murphy giving Big Show a much-needed moment of reprieve. And now the Big Show just looking to dissect Rob Van Dam. No! Van Dam blocked the attempted punch. But again, Big Show, the forearm only fires him up. And now, dropping the leg across the sternum of Rob Van Dam. Could have just crushed the life out of him. 2. No, Van Dam survives. And the Big Show can't believe it. Big Show just looking to wrench the head and neck of Rob Van Dam out of place. But Van Dam still got fight left in him. Big Show staggered against the ropes. Van Dam using them to his advantage. Ducks underneath. A leapfrog over top. Rob Van Dam. Oh, a huge DDT to the Big Show. And now Big Show, he's down. Van Dam going to the top rope. Elbow drop. An elbow drop to the world's largest athlete. And now Van Dam off the... Oh my God! Knockout punch in midair. The cover. 1, 2, 3. Van Dam is out. Just like that, we have our first elimination of the matchup. And now, we have the first man to arrive on the scene. It is the Bulgarian Brute, the super athlete, Rusev. And Rusev, the first man to join the fray in this gauntlet-style environment. And Rusev, if there's anyone who has history with the Big Show, it is Rusev. I mean, we talk about, let's flash you back to King of the Ring, where Rusev was taking on Seth Rollins in, I believe it was a quarterfinal matchup. And of course, Seth Rollins was starting to get into some trouble, but thanks to Kane and the Big Show, Rusev was taken out of the match. Big Show chokeslamming him through a table, and look at this stare down. This right here, that is pure animosity between these two men. And Rusev, he's looking to get his revenge on the Big Show. Of course, Big Show as well. He did defeat Rusev on a previous episode of Monday Night Raw just earlier this month. And Rusev, that has to have pissed him off to no end. This is a man, Rusev, who is on track to perhaps become the next World Heavyweight Champion. But thanks to the trials and tribulations that he's had to go through at the hands of Seth Rollins and his crew, Rusev he has completely fallen from the top of his pedestal. And now you hear the war cry of Rusev. Rusev, he's just looking to tear into Big Show like a bag of potato chips. And I'm sure Big Show, much like a potato chip, is just going to be broken in half if he gets caught in that accolade by Rusev. Rusev, though, I think he might be looking to make a tag, perhaps sharing the beatdown of the Big Show, as for the first time in this matchup, Sami Zayn gets tagged in. As both, oh my god, the strength that it must have taken to pull that maneuver off. As Sami Zayn now makes the tag to Dean Ambrose. And now it's Ambrose, able to rock Big Show with just one punch. I mean, pure hatred is fueling Dean Ambrose tonight. And who knows how much strength that's going to give him. We might see Dean Ambrose do things that he's never done before. All for the name of revenge. As, look at this, double gut buster from Rusev and Dean Ambrose. But again, nobody's going for the cover. Rusev, he wants to inflict as much punishment on the Big Show as possible before he goes for the kill. What is this? Oh, a face buster of sorts. A wheelbarrow face buster. And Big Show planted. Rusev now the cover. 2. No, Big Show able to kick out. And Big Show, oh, another body shot. And just with one punch, Big Show able to get himself back in the mix. A backbreaker now to Rusev. Big Show looking to pick Rusev up, but Rusev the counter now. As now he's dragging Big Show to the center of the ring. Rusev, oh, a huge headbutt. Right into the shoulder of Big Show, and another one. Rusev, these vicious headbutts, and look at this, a third one. Rusev just on fire right now. Big Show, I don't think he can get back to his feet right now. Rusev, his onslaught is just too much for him to take. Oh, a double axe handle now to the back. And Rusev, he's not going to let Big Show get to his feet. Rusev dragging him to the center of the ring. And a vicious chop right to the back of the skull. Big Show, he's going to be seeing stars after that one. Oh, and now he's caught. We talked about the potato chip analogy earlier. Big Show's about to get broken in half. The accolade and Big Show, no choice but to submit. And just like that, you see the disappointment on Buddy Murphy's face. The Big Show, the biggest man in this matchup, is gone. Oh, and Rusev issuing the challenge to Blake and Murphy. Just, hey, who wants a piece of me? Just staring these two men down, and you see Blake and Murphy. Nobody moving an inch. Wait, where's Dean Ambrose going? Ambrose, the match is this way. I mean, nobody has come out now that Big Show's been eliminated. Oh, a DDT by Wesley Blake. I guess Dean Ambrose is looking to, maybe he's looking to go bring somebody out here, since nobody ended up coming down here to the ring after Big Show's elimination. I guess Dean Ambrose, he's not going to wait for Seth Rollins. But meanwhile, Blake and Murphy, the double team move. The elevated neck breaker to Rusev. And you see Buddy Murphy, the cockiness, as he goes for the cover. But Rusev kicks out at 1. So we now have Rob Van Dam and Big Show eliminated from this contest. So we are down to 4-on-4, even though it's 2-on-2 at the moment. Dean Ambrose going to the back to, I guess, drag somebody out here. I mean, the only person he could really look for is Seth Rollins, because nobody knows who the mystery partner is. So if Ambrose is just looking to drag, I mean, he really can only be looking for Seth Rollins. As Rusev, meanwhile, trying to back Murphy into the corner here, maybe looking to make the tag to Sami Zayn, inflict some double team damage. And that's just what he did. The tag made to Zayn. Murphy off the ropes. Oh, a double shoulder block from Zayn and Rusev. As now, oh, wait a minute, Blake had his back turned, and Sami Zayn made him pay for it. This feud has gotten very personal for Sami Zayn as well. He's got beef with Blake and Murphy. German suplex. 3, no. Oh, at the last second. The last second a kick out by Buddy Murphy. It's now Sami Zayn, the second rope, now to the top. The crossbody, and the legs are hooked. 1, 2, no, another near fall. But right now you see Rusev just shouting at Buddy Murphy. I mean, this feud, I mean, if Seth Rollins isn't here, they got to take out their aggression on somebody. And Blake and Murphy, well, they're just the punching bags. Oh my God! But I don't know a punching bag that punches like that. I don't know a punching bag that actually punches back, quite frankly. But anyways, maybe that metaphor got away from me. But anyways, the fact of the matter is, Buddy Murphy with a devastating clothesline has turned the tides, as now double backbreaker to Sami Zayn from Blake and Murphy, as Wesley Blake drives the elbow into the heart of Sami Zayn. And another one. This is what I was talking about, tag team offense. That's how Blake and Murphy excel. That's what brought them the success that they have gained to this point. And that's what's gaining them some success in this matchup right now. Tornado DDT from Wesley Blake. As Rusev can only just watch as these two men dissect Sami Zayn. Buddy Murphy now brought into the matchup. And frequent tags to keep each other fresh while simultaneously wearing down Sami Zayn. That's a brilliant strategy. And look at this. Sami Zayn, the brainbuster, almost delivering a bit of one-upsmanship to Buddy Murphy. But Murphy kicks out. We know Buddy Murphy, he loves to use that brainbuster to set up Wesley Blake's frog splash. But Sami Zayn dishing it back with a brainbuster of his own. And we know that Sami Zayn has got quite the devastating brainbuster in his arsenal. And now the tag made back to Rusev. Oh, a vicious knee. Buddy Murphy just dropped by that Rusev knee. And now Rusev just clawing into the shoulder, looking to cut off circulation to that right arm of Buddy Murphy. As now Rusev, he's got him in the center of the ring, just tossing him around, just showing his dominance in the matchup. And a huge suplex to toss Murphy about halfway across the ring. Rusev rockets Murphy into a turnbuckle. But Murphy bounces back, and he's just going to go into the opposite one. Look at Rusev, belly-to-belly suplex. And that back of Murphy has got to be in agonizing pain. Another battle cry from Rusev. And Buddy Murphy, he could be the next man eliminated. If things don't change soon, Buddy Murphy's going to be done for. Belly-to-belly suplex yet again. Rusev picking Murphy up now. Looking for the third belly-to-belly suplex. And it's like a revolving door. Murphy just continuously suplexed by Rusev. Now the cover. 2, but it's broken up by Wesley Blake. Sami Zayn, unfortunately, was not able to block Wesley Blake in time. And now you see Blake and Zayn are going at it. Rusev continuing to fight. Oh! Huge clothesline in the corner to Buddy Murphy. And this is just chaos right now. Dean Ambrose still, we don't know where he went. Another suplex by Rusev. Sami Zayn back up on the apron. Wesley Blake is down. Nope, now Blake's up on the apron. Rusev perhaps looking to make another tag to Sami Zayn. But Murphy's not going to allow it. Buddy Murphy delivering some knife-edge chops to the Bulgarian Brute. But Rusev a counter now. A punch, a kick, and a clothesline. Tag now is made to Sami Zayn. Buddy Murphy just trying to crawl to Wesley Blake, trying to make the tag. Trying to get out of this thing. Sami Zayn. He's got him up for perhaps a Michinoku. No, wait. Counter by Buddy Murphy into a leg sweep. And now Murphy perhaps looking to go for the cover. 2, nope, only a 1 count. But it's enough to buy Buddy Murphy just a little more time to recover. And now Sami Zayn whipped off the ropes. Murphy ducks underneath. And a huge clothesline. Damn near took his head off. Oh, and now a cheap shot on Rusev. Buddy Murphy Now the forearms to Sami Zayn. Zayn whipped off the ropes and dumped to the outside by Wesley Blake. That's tag team fundamentals at its finest, but still a cheap tactic nonetheless. As now Sami Zayn caught in a 2-on-1 assault here on the outside. Blake and Murphy looking to pick Zayn apart. Now wait a minute. Here comes Rusev. Rusev, the cavalry is here. Back suplex to Wesley Blake. And now it's, a clothesline by Buddy Murphy. He just floored Rusev. Reverse DDT now by Zayn. But look out behind you, Zayn. Reverse DDT from Wesley Blake. This is more like a revolving door. It's just one man goes down, another man gets up. Rusev's got Wesley Blake. Oh, and into the corner he goes. That steel turnbuckle, he just bounced shoulder first. And now Buddy Murphy looking to drag Zayn back into the ring. Leg drop onto the apron. As now Rusev drops Blake with a reverse DDT. Buddy Murphy up to the top rope, but Zayn is right there. The Enziguri staggers him. And now Sami Zayn from the top rope. A cutter from the top rope. And now wait a minute. That's Dean Ambrose, and he's found Seth Rollins, and he's brought him out here. By force, Seth Rollins. I guess now he's the next man to enter the match, but Dean Ambrose just tearing into Seth Rollins here up at the top of our stage. Dean Ambrose has found Seth Rollins, and he has brought his arch nemesis into this matchup. And now Ambrose perhaps looking to bring Seth Rollins down to the ring. There's a jab, a chop. Rollins blocks another jab. But now Ambrose, he blocks the strike. And now Dean Ambrose. Look at, a DDT out on the floor. And there's no padding out there. That is solid concrete. Sami Zayn back in the ring. Split leg moonsault to Murphy. And the leg is hooked. 1, 2. No, Murphy just barely kicks out. As Sami Zayn now, look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. I don't even know how to call that, but Sami Zayn just spinning him around like a top. 1, 2. No. That face buster did not get the job done. And I mean, we talk about the success of Blake and Murphy. Part of that is because they are so resilient. They can get hit with so many different moves but still survive. Look at this. Buddy Murphy, the pump handle neck breaker. And he might have just eliminated Sami Zayn. 2, no. Well, forget the elimination. That's only a 1 count. Better luck next time, Murphy. German suplex. And again, Zayn dropped on his neck. Buddy Murphy could be looking to try to paralyze Sami Zayn. And I mean, if Seth Rollins told them to do whatever damage they can, I guess that's about as much damage as you can do. He might have just kicked Sami Zayn's chest in, though. The hook of the leg. 1, 2. No! Sami Zayn will not die. As now Buddy Murphy driving the elbows right into the collarbone of Sami Zayn. It's not pretty, but it's effective. As now Seth Rollins whipped into the corner of that barricade. They're now here at ringside. Michinoku driver from Ambrose. And now Sami Zayn back in the ring. Counter to Buddy Murphy. And now, no. Reverse elbows from Murphy. As he's able to fight Zayn off. And now back and forth. These two men just counter for counter. Ambrose is back up on the apron, so we might finally be back to the 3-on-3 environment. As yes, Seth Rollins he's reached the apron as well. He managed to escape from Dean Ambrose's clutches temporarily. As now, no! I thought things were going to turn. Oh! Drop kick. I thought Sami Zayn was going to be caught in the wrong part of town, but he just bounced right off. Counter, and then a drop kick. And just like that, Buddy Murphy's the one who's in trouble. Tag made to Rusev. And there we go. Look at the teamwork. Rusev just restraining Murphy so Sami Zayn can give it everything he's got behind those punches. And then Rusev stomping a mud hole in Buddy Murphy's chest. Oh, and now he could be looking to break him. Perhaps another accolade could be in store. Murphy was I mean, he sensed it was coming, and no. Buddy Murphy just tossed over into the corner, and Rusev backing off. Oh. Rusev, he wants a piece of Seth Rollins. He doesn't want... And Buddy Murphy's not good enough. Rusev, he wants Seth Rollins. And here we go. Seth Rollins and Rusev, they're going at it. Seth Rollins, I mean, we've already spoken a little bit about their history, but more recently at Battleground, Seth Rollins scoring a one-on-one victory over Rusev. Almost a bit of a rubber match of sorts, as Rusev does hold a singles victory over Seth Rollins on a previous episode of Raw, but that was a while ago. Ever since that matchup, Rusev has lost to Rollins twice. Once of his own accord, and once because he was screwed out of the win. Seth Rollins, the cover, after walking the ropes, but Rusev, not even a 2 count. Seth Rollins, a huge clothesline in Rusev. Seth Rollins taking out the trash. Oh my God. Seth Rollins, the double knees to the gut over the top rope. I'll be surprised if Rusev can even breathe right now. I mean, Seth Rollins, despite the damage that he had just taken by Dean Ambrose, he's still able to dish out some of his own. As Rusev now bounced off the announce table. Seth Rollins has him by the skull, and he's going to bounce him head first. Although the referee continuing the count, Rusev shifts the weight, reverse DDT. The referee continues his count here on the outside. These two men have got to be wise to it, otherwise we could have a double count out. And that would not be good for either of these two teams. Although I am kind of curious how Dean Ambrose would react if Seth Rollins would be eliminated by a countout or by any of his teammates. Quite frankly, sunset flip powerbomb. And just when you think Rusev could be starting to gain control, Seth Rollins takes it right back. Now he's going to bring Rusev into the ring. But yeah, as I was saying, Dean Ambrose, how will he react if somebody else eliminates Rollins? Well, right now, Rollins isn't the one in danger of being eliminated. Rusev, no. Just able to kick out of that roll-up. Oh, but now he blocks the punch of Seth Rollins and he staggers him with one of his own. Rollins going up. Fallaway slant. No, Rollins landed it. On his feet and a scoop slam. Oh, and Seth Rollins, he thinks he's done it now. He thinks he's the bee's knees right now after countering Rusev and then slamming him down. He thinks he's Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3. Like he just body slammed Andre the Giant, for crying out loud. Rusev has Rollins in the turnbuckle now. Rollins is going up. Snake Eyes! And now Rusev bounces him off the ropes. And German suplex. Seth Rollins, one thing he's not going to be able to match is Rusev's power game. He can try to compensate for it in other areas, but right now when he's getting manhandled, tossed around like paper, I mean, there's no way he's just going to be able to power his way out of this. As Rusev tilt-a-whirl slam. The back of Rollins' head ricochets off the canvas. 1, 2. No, Rusev cannot get the job done there. Despite the countless number of opponents he has beaten with that very slam, it's not enough to put Rollins down for the 3 count. And now Rusev, is he? No, not going to make a tag. Rusev's not done inflicting punishment on Seth Rollins. He's got beef of his own with Seth Rollins, but Rollins the counter. And he drops to the apron. Springboard knee right to the side of the skull. That is vintage Seth Rollins. As Seth Rollins now, could he be looking to make a tag of his own? I think maybe he's had enough of Rusev now. Think about it, Rollins. I mean, imagine if the team captain gets eliminated in the early stages of the match. How is the rest of the match gonna play out? Because then you take away the leader. You take away the guy who's pulling the strings, who's really calling all the shots. And, I mean, just think about it. What's that going to do for morale? Oh, my God. There it is again, the assisted code breaker, this time throwing Seth Rollins into the mix. And Rollins could have just eliminated Rusev. 1, 2. No, Rusev kicks out. Seth Rollins, I mean, you think about it. I mean, we talk about the chemistry of Blake and Murphy, but Seth Rollins clearly has been doing some work with them as well behind the scenes. Because that played out as naturally as it would for Blake and Murphy. Oh, the double foot stomp right to the back of Rusev. And these three men are just in sync right now. Blake, Murphy, Seth Rollins, certainly working like a well-oiled machine. As just look at this. Rusev, double team move after double team move, assisted neck breaker. And Seth Rollins standing shooting star press. We are about roughly half an hour into this matchup, but we've still got a 4-on-4 match. How much damage are these men gonna have to do to Rusev to put him down for 3 seconds? Look at this buckle bomb into a kick to the back of the skull from Wesley Blake. And now Wesley Blake to the top rope. Here we go, frog splash, and the leg is hooked. Rusev could be in trouble. 2, 3, Rusev is gone. Rusev has just been eliminated by Wesley Blake. And of course, the assistance goes to Seth Rollins. Just that barrage of double team moves. Rusev was completely helpless by the time the frog splash rolled around. Wait a minute. Seth Rollins, or I should say Sami Zayn, the roll up. 2, 3, Wesley Blake is eliminated. Back-to-back eliminations just like that. When we had gone so long without one. Now, both men taken out in an instant. And now Murphy could be looking to add one more. 2. No. I couldn't even keep up with the action there. I was miscalling people. I was calling people wrong names. But now we're going to find out. We're about to see the final 2 men who are to enter this matchup. And here is one of them. The final member of Team Ambrose. It is the Animal, Dave Bautista. And Bautista, he wants to get his hands on Seth Rollins. That is his ultimate goal tonight. As if he's any different from any of the other members of Team Ambrose. But unlike the other 4, Bautista doesn't have any personal history with Seth Rollins. Bautista, he's been on the sidelines all this time. And in his recent return, he stated that he's seen what Seth Rollins has done. And it has just pissed him off to no end. So now Bautista tonight, looking to exact some punishments. Looking to teach Seth Rollins what it means to be a Wait a... This is the mystery partner? This is Seth Rollins' final team member? Dolph Ziggler? Dolph Ziggler? I thought he was out with an injury. He's been out since SummerSlam. But what the hell is he doing on Seth Rollins' team? What has happened to Dolph Ziggler over the course of his injury that he would side with Seth Rollins? I mean, I know that Dolph Ziggler has history with the Shield, but why would he? I don't know what to say. I can't wrap my head around this. Dolph Ziggler aligning with Seth. My God, I need to take a moment to process this. Just, what am I seeing? Anyways, I'm gonna try to focus back on this matchup. But a snap suplex by Dolph Ziggler. But I mean, like I said, Ziggler has been out with an injury, a neck injury, since SummerSlam, since he lost his World Heavyweight Championship to Ryback. And I mean, right now, he's just out wrestling Sami Zayn. Zayn went for a scoop slam, but Dolph Ziggler countered into a reverse DDT. But, I mean, yes, Dolph Ziggler, he has had history with Shield in the past. But I can't imagine that Ziggler would pick sides in this situation. I mean, I wouldn't think that Dolph Ziggler has much of an interest in either of these two superstars. I would think he'd want to face both of them. But the fact that he's chosen a side, and that he's chosen to align with Seth Rollins, there's something going on here that I have just completely missed a beat on. Like, I'm completely out of the loop right now. But speaking of a loop, Dolph Ziggler, like a looped GIF, just dropping elbow after elbow after elbow. The Heart Stopper. And I mean, Sami Zayn. After that, what more can he have left? Dolph Ziggler, elbow drop from the top. And it seems as though right now Dolph Ziggler just kind of testing out that neck, seeing what he's still capable of. But Sami Zayn kicks out. And I mean, if you're thinking about this, if you're looking at Team Ambrose, what kind of a mental state are they going to be in right now? Especially Dean Ambrose, because he's got as much history with Dolph Ziggler as Seth Rollins does. But just to think, he's got to be more confused than I am as to why Ziggler has done this. Well, Ziggler was trying to choke Sami Zayn out, but unfortunately for him, Zayn was just able to roll over to those ropes. But nonetheless, Ziggler still has the upper hand, and now makes the tag into Buddy Murphy. Sami Zayn whipped off the ropes. Oh, and a double reverse elbow to Sami Zayn. And now Buddy Murphy. I'm still in shock with Dolph Ziggler. Do any of you know why Ziggler would do this? Does anyone else have a theory? I don't know. Murphy now the cover. 2. No, but Dean Ambrose breaks it up. And Buddy Murphy, you see some frustration there. And just looking at some of the superstars we still have in this matchup, as we, I think, are about approaching, we're just getting near the 40-minute mark in this matchup, as Sami Zayn, Buddy Murphy, and Dean Ambrose have been in it since the beginning. Although I guess you could say that Dean Ambrose took a bit of a break when he went to go drag Rollins out here, although I imagine that was enough of a struggle in its own right. Not enough to call it a break. And that poor referee just got hit by a tank in the form of the Animal Batista. Fortunately, he's recovering his senses as we speak, but Buddy Murphy, the same can't be said for him. As Batista, for the first time in this matchup, he becomes the legal man, and Buddy Murphy going up, jackhammer! Batista, perhaps just using Buddy Murphy as a punching bag, a bit of a warm-up, before he can get his hands on Seth Rollins. I mean, we saw what Rusev did earlier. He just tossed Murphy aside to make way for Seth Rollins. And perhaps Batista, once he's done with him, he's just going to do the same. I mean, as opposed to Rusev, where Rusev, I mean, he could have tried to eliminate him. Will Batista try to eliminate Murphy first? Or is he just going to toss him to the wayside, just like Rusev did? Well, right now, Murphy just shoulder after shoulder from Batista. Murphy. And now Murphy tossed into the corner, and there we go. Batista doing the same thing as Rusev did, just telling Rollins to make a tag. And that's just what he does. Murphy's getting out of this thing. And now the stare down. Seth Rollins and Batista, the match that Batista has been waiting for since his return. He's been waiting to get his hands on Seth Rollins, and now he finally can. Oh my God, Seth Rollins. What a drop kick. Devastating. Might have kicked some of Batista's teeth down his throat. Oh, but Batista raking the eyes. And he never said it was going to be pretty. But so, Seth Rollins delivers a knee to the face. As Seth Rollins now has Batista facebuster. And the hook of the leg. 1. No. Not even a 2 count. Batista with the quick kick out at just 1. As Batista trying to get back up to his feet. Seth Rollins countered by Batista, the jawbreaker. And now Batista, the kick to the gut. The Batista bomb could be on the way. Rollins going up. But is he going to go down? No, Rollins able to slip out of it. And a neck breaker. Rollins managed to counter his way out of it. And now driving the knee right into the skull of Batista. Seth Rollins now stomping in the arm, looking to pick apart Batista in any way possible. We saw earlier that Rollins, despite the power disadvantage, he still manages to have the upper hand, but right now Batista has he's just flipped that on its head. So Seth Rollins, I mean, we've seen in the past that he can fight a bigger man, and he can come out victorious. But, I mean, after the damage that Rollins has taken at the hands of Dean Ambrose, at the hands of Rusev, and now at the hands of Batista, what more can Rollins possibly have left? How many more counters does he possibly have up his sleeve? As Batista, the rolling senton. And Batista again, just telling Rollins to get up. He's not even going to pick him up himself, just waiting for Rollins to get to his feet so he can drop him down again. Half Nelson suplex. As he picks Rollins up this time, spins him around again, and another half Nelson suplex. And now Batista, could he be looking for a trifecta? We saw earlier Ambrose wanted the tag, but Batista didn't see it. And now, for the third, no! Rollins counters it. Oh, and now Ambrose gets taken out with a clothesline. Seth Rollins now going after Batista, but the cheap shot on Ambrose, he never saw it coming. Well, I guess Ambrose, you could say he got tagged, not the way he wanted to. As now Seth Rollins sizing Batista up. I think he was going for the pedigree, but Batista had it well scouted. And he nearly took Seth Rollins' head off with that clothesline. Batista tossing Rollins into the turnbuckle. Batista has him up on his shoulder. And Rollins into the corner, and now slammed down. Batista. I mean, he hasn't been looking for a tag. He hasn't really been looking for any pinfalls. He is just out to straight up destroy Seth Rollins. And that's just what he's doing. Rollins about to go into the opposite turnbuckle and back down to the mat again. Batista, is he going to go for the finish? Or is he just looking to inflict more pain? He makes a tag to Sami Zayn, and he's going to use Zayn as a weapon. Huge clothesline by Sami Zayn, assisted from Batista. And now Rollins. He's now going one-on-one with Sami Zayn in this match. A half Nelson suplex by Zayn. As I said before, everybody's got history with Seth Rollins in this matchup. Is Zayn the cover? 2. No, Rollins still kicks out. So honestly, it could be fitting, no matter who would eliminate Seth Rollins, if that should happen. No matter who could get it done, it would be poetic justice. Wait a minute! Seth Rollins! Shoulders are down! 1, 2, no! Thankfully, Dean Ambrose gets in there to break it up. And at this point, I mean, I know I'm supposed to be the unbiased commentator, but that's out the window at this stage. Oh my god, a super kick to Seth Rollins. You can't expect me to side with Seth Rollins. You can put Dolph Ziggler on his team, but that's not going to change anything. Seth Rollins, now to the top rope. Frog splash! And he hooks the leg on Sami Zayn. 1, 2, 3, no! Sami Zayn is gone. And now it is a 2-on-3 disadvantage for Team Ambrose. Who's coming in next? Zayn has exited the ring, and it is Dean Ambrose. And you see, Seth Rollins immediately tags his way out of this. He doesn't want any part of Dean Ambrose right now. Buddy Murphy the cover. 1, 2. No. Ambrose kicks out. And I mean, on the part of Seth Rollins, he's thinking, why should I fight Dean Ambrose when I can have somebody else do it for me? I mean, you don't want to fight Dean Ambrose while he's fresh, because Seth Rollins, he's a coward. He can back up what he says in the ring, but that doesn't change the fact that he's not going to do any unnecessary work. Oh, and now Seth Rollins wants the tag. Now that Buddy Murphy has Dean Ambrose reeling, now Seth Rollins wants to tag his way into the match, just because that's what Seth Rollins would do. Of course. Did I expect anything less from Seth Rollins? No, I didn't. But that still doesn't change the fact that I'm pretty freaking upset about it. Ambrose bouncing out of the corner. And Seth Rollins looking to maybe looking to make a tag again. Yep. Now it's Dolph Ziggler who's into this matchup. Ziggler off the ropes. Oh! A huge kick. Might have broken Dean Ambrose's nose for Pete's sake. I mean, so far Dolph Ziggler not showing any signs of injury. He seems to have healed up just fine. Oh my god! Until that clothesline. That might have jarred Dolph Ziggler. Oh, and now a DDT. I can't even formulate proper words. That's how ferocious that clothesline was. And now Ambrose the cover. 2. No! Kick out by Ambrose. Ambrose had such a powerful clothesline that even I was reeling from it. And I didn't even get hit by it. And now raking the eyes. Almost just grabbing at the nose of Dolph Ziggler. And now off the ropes, Bulldog! Taking down Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose just kind of sending a message to Seth Rollins showing that, hey, this is gonna be you when I can get my hands on you. And now Ambrose the tag to Batista. Ziggler bouncing skull first off the boot of the animal. As Batista drags him to the center of the ring. Up top he goes, and back down with a power slam. Dolph Ziggler getting picked up to his feet. Batista whips him off the ropes. And black hole slam. Ziggler, he's got to be in a lot of pain right now. If Ambrose hadn't done enough damage, the physicality of Batista is certainly going to be giving Dolph Ziggler some really bad neck pain. I mean, part of what really kept him on the shelf, perhaps for as long as he did, I thought Ziggler was still going to be out for another several months. Considering, I mean, he had very physical matchups with Connor of the Ascension, Rusev, Ryback, and now to come back and just get manhandled by Batista. Ziggler, he could be risking even further injury by coming back this soon. But I don't know what's in it for him. Why would he side with Seth Rollins? Dolph Ziggler, oh! He gets met in the face with a drop kick in the Tree of Woe. Ambrose now the cover. 2. No! Batista was able to take out Rollins and Murphy, but Ziggler kicked out regardless. And now Ziggler counters with a jawbreaker. Oh, and a bionic elbow of sorts. He just stamped Dean Ambrose with that one. And now Batista dumped back in the ring by Buddy Murphy. Murphy trying to get rid of him. And now Ziggler looking to make a tag. Buddy Murphy now the legal man in this contest. Dean Ambrose off the ropes. And there's another double reverse elbow from Ziggler and Murphy. Perhaps not much chemistry between those two, considering that's the only tag team move they've done so far. Although it's not like they've had many opportunities. Dean Ambrose, though, a counter, the arm drag. Buddy Murphy goes down, and now roll up, small package. 1, 2, no! Murphy kicks out. But Ambrose, he almost had him. He nearly eliminated Buddy Murphy once and for all. And now, he's got the arms hooked. This'll do it. Dirty deeds. Buddy Murphy planted face first. Ambrose hooks the leg. 2, 3, Buddy Murphy is gone. And here we go, Seth Rollins immediately jumps into the fray, looking to capitalize while Ambrose is distracted. And that's just what he's doing. Ambrose, now the only man left in this matchup who has been here since the beginning. And now look at this. Talk about from the beginning. It is Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose in the ring. And Dean Ambrose, he's getting him a piece of Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose, he's looking to tear Seth Rollins limb from limb. Rollins will be lucky at this point. Now that Ambrose has control, Rollins will be lucky if he can escape. Although we have seen in the past that Seth Rollins is more than capable of putting down Dean Ambrose. He's done it twice. Once on his own, and once with an assist from Kane. But even when he was on his own in the steel cage, he still had to jump Ambrose from behind. So I guess the question is, can Seth Rollins really take on Dean Ambrose when it's a fair one-on-one fight? Ambrose, no, a counter by Rollins. as Ambrose goes down. Seth Rollins off the ropes. Oh, and a drop kick. Seth Rollins now just grabbing him by the arms, and he's going to curb stomp him to hell. Seth Rollins, I mean, obviously the frustration, the history is well documented between these two men. At this point, it'll be amazing if these two men if these two men can survive this matchup. I mean, just the physicality that has been in their feud up to this point, and now with all this built in around it. Rollins might try to escape if he can make a tag to Ziggler, but at this point, hatred has just taken over. Rollins doesn't even know what he's doing. These two men are on the top rope. I don't like the angle of this. Superplex to the floor. Jesus. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins might be broken in half. And now, oh, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, their clothesline, has taken Batista over the top rope. Rollins and Ambrose are down, and Batista was perhaps looking to go after Seth Rollins, but Ziggler did not let it happen. He cut him off at the pass. And now, counter by Batista, the knee to the gut, and Ziggler rammed into those steel steps. And the referee, I think he should be delivering a count out right now, but he's too distracted with Batista and Ziggler. I don't think the referee knows what to do. And I mean, really, who can blame him? This match is spiraling out of control. Ziggler, the counter of the two-handed chokeslam into an arm drag, and now Famouser. And Ziggler showing off like always. A clubbing blow to the back of Batista's skull. And now an elbow to the leg. Rollins and Ambrose have not moved. They have not moved since that superplex to the outside. But Batista now, Ziggler too distracted with the announce table. Oh! Right onto the corner of that covering of the table. Batista, the rolling senton. The damage that must have done to the back of Dolph Ziggler. And now Batista just hammering away with those right hands. Ziggler back up to his feet. Oh, wait. He counters. And with a reverse DDT, Batista, his spine cracking on that monitor. Dolph Ziggler using the environment, I mean, even with the counter, using it to full effectiveness. And now he could be looking to try to put Batista through the table. Not quite yet. Bouncing him skull first. Off of it. That was a bit redundant. Batista. Back into the table he goes. This time a counter. And Dolph Ziggler now grabbed by the skull. Ziggler the counter. Super kick! The super kick caught Batista flush. And now he's laid out on the announce table. Dolph Ziggler going to the top rope. You've got to be kidding me! Elbow drop! Oh my God! Batista has just been taken out with that elbow drop. He's not moving. But Ambrose and Rollins are. Ambrose counters. Rollins with the forearm. But there is some vintage Ambrose. And now, looking for the kill shot. Ziggler and Batista are down. It's just Ambrose and Rollins all alone in the ring. Dean Ambrose could be looking for the elimination. Rollins barely knows where he is. And Dean Ambrose, no. Rollins with a counter. Now the kick to the gut. No, 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 not this way. Rollins, pedigree. The pedigree to Dean Ambrose. No one's there to save him. Rollins hooks the leg. 1, 2, no! Dean Ambrose is kicked out of the pedigree. This is what I'm talking about, that pure hatred that fuels these two men, pushing them beyond their limits. The amount of adrenaline is off the charts right now. Dean Ambrose will not die. Roll up the small package. Rollins gonna be down. 1, 2, no! So close again. Ambrose, come on, you gotta fight. You gotta take this bastard down. As he backs him into a corner. Seth Rollins placed up on that top turnbuckle. You have to bear with me a little bit if I can't speak. I'm just so out of control right now. Seth Rollins, oh, the double knees to the shoulders. This match has been so crazy I don't know what to do at this point. Seth Rollins to the top rope. Phoenix Splash! It's over! Rollins the hook of the leg. 2, 3. Oh my God! Ambrose kicked out! He's still alive! I don't believe it! The pedigree, the Phoenix Splash, none of it is enough. Ambrose is still alive. How is he doing this? Oh, and not just raking the back of Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose looking to make Rollins suffer in any way possible. As now, Rollins powerbombed into the canvas, shoulders are down. 1, 2, no! Rollins now kicks out. Batista trying to get back to his feet on the outside, but forget about it. Dolph Ziggler takes him down with a DDT, bouncing him off the announce table cover for good measure. Rollins now counters with a jawbreaker. No, Ambrose counters back. Dean Ambrose, he's got the arms hooked! Dean Ambrose, dirty deeds! Dirty deeds might have just sealed Seth Rollins' fate. 2, 3, no! Rollins is still alive. Just like Ambrose kicked out of the pedigree, Rollins kicks out of the dirty deeds. And you saw Ambrose's frustration just kicking at the air like, come on! What do I have to do? Ambrose, well, as a last resort, a sleeper hold, looking to make Rollins pass out. Dean Ambrose, can he wear Seth Rollins down? Can he choke him out? The center of the ring, Rollins has no rope break in sight. Ambrose, he could be moments away from getting the submission. Or the pass out. No, but Rollins rolls out of it. He was able to escape the sleeper hold. Oh, and a vicious knee. Right into Ambrose's jaw. And now Seth Rollins, no! Curb stomp! Seth Rollins, the curb stomp, the hook of the leg. 1, 2, no! Seth Rollins has just eliminated Dean Ambrose. Damn it all to hell. Dean Ambrose, even if his team wins this match, if Batista can pull it off, the revenge, Ambrose can't get it, not tonight. Rollins again outfoxes Dean Ambrose, but Batista, spine buster. Batista might just be the man to salvage the wreckage of this matchup, despite being put through the announce table. Batista's still fighting. The kick to the gut. Seth Rollins, he's gonna go for the ride. Up top. Batista bomb. Batista just planted Seth Rollins. The leg is hooked, but Dolph Ziggler's there. And the numbers game. The damn numbers game. Batista, I think just for a moment there, he forgot about Dolph Ziggler. He was so caught up in the moment. Oh! And this time he tried to take Ziggler out of the equation, but boy did he pay the price. Ziggler with that boot right to the temple of Batista. And now Rollins. He's doing exactly what he has to do, making a tag, getting himself out of this matchup. But before he does that, buckle bomb into the kick yet again. And that was the same move that set up Rusev's elimination. Ziggler the cover. 1, 2, 3. No! Batista's still alive. Come on, Batista. You gotta fight. You gotta come back, Batista. He's all that's left. Dolph Ziggler, drop kick to the side of the skull. Batista, I don't know if he has anything left. Dolph Ziggler, no! Batista counters with a back body drop. Batista now the axe handle, and Rollins taking off the ropes with a clothesline. Batista, can he do it? Can he eliminate Dolph Ziggler right here? No! Ziggler caught the kick. Oh, and a kick of his own right to the face. Batista. He might have just missed his chance. The super kick. And Batista, he's busted wide open. Dolph Ziggler has just cut Batista with that kick. And now, looking for the zigzag. And he nailed it. Batista, I think that's it. Dolph Ziggler making the tag to Seth Rollins because after all, this isn't Dolph Ziggler's fight. It's Seth Rollins. And of course, the way to end it, curb stomp to Batista. My voice can't take it. It's all over. 2, 3. Damn it all. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, they are your sole survivors here tonight. Team Rollins has beaten Team Ambrose. Oh my. This is not the way things were supposed to go at all. You can see the highlights of this matchup. The first elimination, Van Dam with that knockout punch. Rusev forcing Big Show to submit to the accolade. This was, of course, Rusev's elimination. The buckle bomb into the big boot, or into the kick, I should say. Not much of a big boot, I suppose. And then, of course, Wesley Blake's frog splash. But shortly after that, Sami Zayn turned the tides with a roll-up. Got Blake out of the match. But there are so many questions following this matchup. Just why the hell did Dolph Ziggler align himself with Seth Rollins tonight? There's still more to be... I mean, this story is far from over. Here, I thought this matchup tonight could finally be the way to settle it all. But if I know anything about Dean Ambrose, is that he's not done yet. He will not stop, even if it means destroying his own life. He will not stop until he can exact his revenge on Seth Rollins once and for all. And here we see the elbow drop, the move that pretty much sealed Dean Ambrose's fate, as, I mean, he was going to have no help at this point. But even then, a pedigree, a Phoenix Splash, and that did not finish Dean Ambrose off. You have to give credit to Dean Ambrose, despite the fact that he was, in the end, eliminated. The fact remains that he took a hell of a beating from Seth Rollins, and he still nearly beat Seth Rollins, but in the end he didn't. That curb stomp, just like how this rivalry began back in June. The curb stomp that began it was the curb stomp that finished it. And just the same for Batista. At that point, it was over. Batista, there wasn't anything he could do to salvage this match. And there you see the 3 count. Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins, they are your sole survivors. We still got a main event yet to come here, ladies and gentlemen. For now, we're gonna take a moment. We're gonna take a moment's break. I need a moment. I need time to process what just happened. After all of that, and what? You can't be serious. Well, I guess we are in San Antonio, but never did I expect that we would see the one and only Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He is here in Texas at Survivor Series. This is incredible. After everything that's gone down tonight, I'm amazed that I still have a voice. But it's a good thing I do, because I can call the return of Shawn Michaels. It has been a long time since we've seen HBK, but he's here. He's back. But what does he have in store? I mean, you see Shawn Michaels, he's still got that spring in his step. He looks just as good as ever. But what kind of a message does he have for his hometown crowd here in Texas? I mean, I guess any reason to have Shawn Michaels in the building is a good reason. So let's kick it to Michaels. Let's see what he has to say.
You know, this never gets old. Every time I enter an arena like this, especially in front of a sellout crowd in my hometown of San Antonio, Texas, I feel like it's 2002 all over again. I feel like maybe just one more time, I could lace up my boots for one last match. You see, there are so many talented stars in the roster right now. Guys like Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. Look, I could go on, but I'm short on time. The point is, there are just too many guys on this roster who I'd love to compete against. There's no way I could wrestle all of them. 1 or 2 matches, that'd be fine, but 20? 30? I'd have to be immortal like The Undertaker. However, I figured out a way to fight all of those guys in one single match. And so, it is my pleasure to announce that the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, will be entering the upcoming Royal Rumble match.
Shawn Michaels he's gonna be in the Rumble? Well, now, just look who it is. Of course, if anybody had to spoil the party, it's the one-man Southern rock band, Heath Slater. And I mean, while Heath Slater, he's my man and all. I mean, Heath Slater, he's one of my favorites, but I mean, this is in bad taste. Even by Heath Slater standards, this is unacceptable. Heath Slater coming down to the ring, interrupting the return of Shawn Michaels here in front of his hometown crowd. I mean, the gumption that must take on the part of Heath Slater to come down to this ring and interrupt the hometown legend. I don't know, but I'm sure whatever Heath Slater has in store, it's sure to be something. All right.
Whoa. Now hold on, Gramps. You think you can just come back and give yourself a spot in the Rumble? Nah. That ain't how this works. If you want a spot in the Rumble, you're gonna have to go through Heath Slater, baby!
Well, this is just ridiculous. Heath Slater. Who does he, like, what? It's Shawn Michaels. A knife-edge chop, and another one. Drops Heath Slater. But I mean, who the hell does Heath Slater think he is? Coming down to the ring and challenging Shawn Michaels. Well, Michaels right now, he's kicking his ass, and he's about to kick his face. Sweet chin music. And Heath Slater is out like a light, baby. Shawn Michaels, he is back, and we will see him at the upcoming Royal Rumble. I can't wait. This Royal Rumble, it's gonna be the biggest one yet, and now we can add Shawn Michaels' name to the list. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have reached the main event of the Survivor Series pay-per-view, and it is, of course, for the WWE Championship, as we see the King of the Ring winner, Titus O'Neil, making his way down to the ring. He is set for a triple threat match against the former Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens, and of course, the the reigning, defending WWE Champion Brock Lesnar. This undoubtedly is the match of Titus O'Neil's career tonight. The opportunity, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Unfortunately, his one-on-one chance with Brock Lesnar was taken away by Kevin Owens. But nonetheless, Titus O'Neil, his first ever opportunity at a World Championship. And tonight, he can't let that go to waste. However, his opponent, Kevin Owens, also looking to capture his first WWE Championship and his first world title opportunity. And of course, we know what Kevin Owens had to do to get here. Titus O'Neil, of course, had to win the King of the Ring tournament. He fought long and hard to get through that 16-man single elimination tournament. But Kevin Owens, he just took the shortcut. He forfeited, vacated his Intercontinental Championship. And as well as that, he did have to defeat Brock Lesnar to get here. but he didn't pin Brock Lesnar. He didn't make Brock Lesnar tap out. Kevin Owens, he got Brock Lesnar disqualified by antagonizing Titus O'Neil, who was at ringside. He made Titus O'Neil attack him. He spat in his face just to get himself disqualified, or to get Lesnar disqualified in that match, in order to make it to tonight. But now, the question is, are we going to see some sort of an alliance between Titus and Kevin Owens? Or is it just going to be every man for himself? Because let's face it, if you're going up against a defending champion like the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, you're going to have to come up with some sort of a game plan, some sort of teamwork, because a one-on-one approach just isn't going to work against Brock Lesnar. I mean, we've seen that Kevin Owens can hold his own against Brock Lesnar, but I don't know if there was enough there to indicate that he can defeat Brock Lesnar one-on-one. So he might have to work. He might have to work with Titus O'Neil in order to get this matchup done. But perhaps there's just too much bad blood there. I mean, Kevin Owens, obviously, what he had to do on SmackDown to get into this matchup, and Titus O'Neil being the man who took the F5, who was just a statement made by Brock Lesnar. That's got to piss Titus O'Neil off. And as well as that, all the work that Titus had to do to get here, and Kevin Owens just simply cashed in a title. And he took shortcuts, really, to get to this match. So I don't know. Will Titus and Kevin be able to work together? I guess it's just a matter of moments, and we'll find out for ourselves. Brock Lesnar, intimidating as always. He's got the look of a killer. Like a caged animal. He's just ready to go in there and decimate Kevin Owens and Titus O'Neil. Anyone who steps in his way. As there you see, that's the prize that these three men are fighting for, the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar, he won the title from CM Punk back at SummerSlam, and since then he's shown no signs of losing the title anytime soon. As Kevin Owens and Titus, well, there we go. I thought we were going to see some double team work here in this early stage of the matchup, but no. Kevin Owens, his usual strategy, step outside the ring. He's just going to let Brock Lesnar and Titus O'Neil do the damage, and he'll pick his spot like always. Brock Lesnar taking down Titus O'Neil early on, and this is just what we would expect. If they're not going to work together, then clearly Brock Lesnar is going to be the man with the early advantage. But Titus O'Neil struggles to get out of that attempted maneuver from Brock Lesnar, and now just striking away. But Lesnar fires back with a forearm of his own, and now Exploder Suplex. And this is where we begin to enter Suplex City. I mean, we've already taken the detour, and now we're here. Titus O'Neil, he's got first class tickets, but no. Titus O'Neil with a counter and a hip toss to take down Brock Lesnar, and now Titus O'Neil just unleashing hell, pummeling Brock Lesnar. That's what Titus has to do. He's got to be aggressive early on. If he's got a one-on-one matchup with Lesnar at the moment, he can't really fight him head on though. He's got to come up with some sort of a way to outmaneuver Brock Lesnar. But that's easier said than done. Another Exploder Suplex. Kevin Owens just watching on the outside. You know, maybe he's just going to grab a chair and just take a front row seat to the action for the moment. As Lesnar again, Exploder Suplex for the third time. And now Titus O'Neil, he is right in the heart of Suplex City. And once you're there, there's no escaping. The only thing that could save him at this point is some sort of a reprieve from Kevin Owens. But right now, Kevin Owens isn't showing any signs of getting involved in the action. Titus again whipped into the corner, and another huge knee to the gut by Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, no, this time Titus countered, belly-to-belly suplex. Brock Lesnar perhaps was looking to four-corner him. Titus cut him off with a pass, but again, Brock Lesnar, the quick counter, and he's back in control just like that. At the drop of a hat, Brock Lesnar, he maintains firm control of the matchup, as now he's looking to drop Titus O'Neil onto that top rope. With that inverted suplex, Lesnar now the cover. 1, 2, no. Titus O'Neil, I mean, he's fought for so long to get to this matchup. He's not going to go down just like that. And now Titus countering the powerbomb attempt from Lesnar. Oh, and a huge clothesline. He drops the Beast Incarnate like a sack of potatoes. And another clothesline by Titus. Titus is starting to heat up. Starting to channel his second wind. There's a huge blow right to the body. Now a forearm. Lesnar whipped off the ropes. Titus a big boot. And now Titus the cover. Hook of the leg. 1, 2. Nope. Only a 1 count. Only a 1 count. And Titus going back to work on Brock Lesnar. But Lesnar, you can see, he's already found a way to get back to his feet. And just powers his way out of the hold. And now Titus dumped over the top rope. Titus O'Neil spilling to the outside. But wait a minute. There's Kevin Owens. Owens is in the ring. Look at Brock. Float over DDT from Kevin Owens. And there we go. Talk about picking your spot. Kevin Owens was just waiting for the opportunity to strike, and he took it. Oh, but Brock Lesnar, he takes him down. So even the surprise attack by Kevin Owens isn't enough to keep Lesnar down for too long. And an exploder suplex to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has found his way into Suplex City now. And, well, here's the reprieve that we were talking about for Titus O'Neil. But at the same time, no, wait. Owens a counter, and a hip toss. I mean, both of these men, Owens and Titus, they've studied the tape of Brock Lesnar. They know what to expect, but even then, knowing is only half the battle. Kevin Owens off the senton. Here's the cover. 2, no, only a 1 count. Titus, or I should say Kevin Owens, not even hooking the leg there. Might have at least gotten him a 2 count, but I guess at this point, doesn't really matter. Lesnar a counter now. Look out. German suplex. A German suplex by Brock Lesnar. And of course, down in the comment section below, I'm hoping somebody is keeping track of all of these suplexes. We've yet to install our suplex counter, but we'll get there. We'll get there someday. We just got to make some room in the budget for it. But a powerbomb now to Kevin Owens. Brock Lesnar looking to do it again. Owens goes up, and he goes down. Another ferocious powerbomb by Brock Lesnar. As I was going to say earlier, though, no wait, Owens counters a German suplex. Maybe I won't get to say it. Kevin Owens has Lesnar. Go home driver, and the hook of the leg. 1, 2, no, not even a 2 count. Lesnar still kicks at it 1, and Owens another senton. So as I was going to say, Titus O'Neil, while he is on the outside, he does get the chance to recover. That does take him out of the action, though. He's got no chance of winning if he stays on the outside. Although he could utilize a similar strategy to Kevin Owens. You know, let his 2 opponents pick each other apart, and then just jump in whenever there's an opening. It's not a bad idea. If I was in this situation, that's probably what I would do. I wouldn't want to get my hands on Brock Lesnar or Kevin Owens. Talk about getting my hands on them. I'd likely be tossed around like a rag doll. I'd stand no chance. But then again, I'm not a competitor, so is that really saying anything? I don't know. But right now, Kevin Owens just lifted off the mat like he weighs nothing. And a gut-wrench suplex by Lesnar into the cover. 1, 2, no. Owens kicks out, but now Owens is in the tough predicament. And again, if you're trying to pick your spot, you also have to be aware that, you know, a pinfall could occur at any time. So if it looks like your opponent's in trouble, then you can't really wait for an opening. You're just going to have to jump in, make the save, and then just work with what you have. Obviously, you lose sort of the element of surprise there, but hey, you know, that's better than losing the match. Owens managing to back Lesnar into the corner. So far, Owens, he's holding his own against Lesnar, but like I said, that's not enough to get the job done. A moonsault from the second rope from Kevin Owens. The cover again. 1, 2, no, still only a 1 count. Kevin Owens has to be beside himself. Everything that he's hit, only able to get a 1 count. And there's a clubbing blow to the back of Lesnar. Keeping Lesnar on the mat, that is a smart strategy. As Owens, there's a senton from the second rope. And the forearm into the face. 1, 2, no! He did get the 2 count, but just not the 3. And Owens is in a bit of disbelief, but Titus O'Neil, he's back! This is what I'm talking about, picking your spot. Titus O'Neil slamming Brock Lesnar into Kevin Owens. Lesnar whipped into the opposite turnbuckle. Kevin Owens. I mean, just look at Titus. He's tossing both of these men around the ring. All over the place. And Titus O'Neil a splash in the corner. Taking down both Brock and KO. Titus O'Neil doing a very good job right now. He's got that adrenaline. He's got to use it. As Owens gets whipped into the turnbuckle. Lesnar again. Whipped into Kevin Owens. And Titus slams Brock Lesnar into Kevin Owens, using him like a battering ram. And this is where Titus, he's got to come up with the quick assault, but I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to keep this up. It's not too often that you can keep one of these men at bay, but let alone both of them. But Titus right now, a running STO, he's still doing it. Lesnar's down. Kevin Owens is starting to get back up to his feet. Titus a clothesline to Lesnar, but there's Kevin Owens. Now another counter. Titus still keeping up the attack. Owens dumped over the top rope, but he's able to hang on. Not quite sure if Titus realized it. As now, Titus again chopping Lesnar down to the mat. But there's Kevin Owens. Back suplex, down goes Titus. As Owens finally cuts off the rally from Titus O'Neil. Now delivers a stomp to O'Neil, but Lesnar's back. German suplex to Owens. Titus trying to capitalize, but Lesnar having none of it. And a German suplex to Titus. And now Brock Lesnar is in control. As Kevin Owens dumped to the outside. Looking to make it a one-on-one affair once again. As he's got Titus O'Neil up. Fall-away slam. Brock Lesnar. This is his element right now. The one-on-one fight where he can just tear Titus O'Neil apart. He doesn't have to worry about the third man because Kevin Owens has been eliminated from the equation. As Lesnar looking for another fall-away slam. Titus with the elbows, able to force his way out of it. And O'Neil slamming Brock Lesnar down with that huge, huge power slam. Just the height on that move. It's incredible. As now Lesnar brought over to the corner. And Titus O'Neil again, unloading. But Lesnar the counter. And Titus whipped into the turnbuckle. Brock Lesnar, no wait, counter by Titus, he blocked the punch. Titus O'Neil trying to take advantage of the damage done by Kevin Owens to keep on the attack. As he's looking for a high-angle powerbomb. This is not going to be good for Lesnar, but he slipped out of it. Lesnar able to dodge. And now, German suplex to Titus. Shoulders are down. One. No. What? Not even a 1 count. Obviously, Brock Lesnar, that has just ticked him off. Or maybe it's only motivated him just to inflict more punishment on Titus. But Titus, not going to let it happen. He counters with a shoulder block. Now driving the elbow into the gut, into the heart. But Titus O'Neil, talk about the defiance. Kicking out before even the 1 count. But was that the wisest decision? Powerbomb, so far so good. 2, no. And again, Lesnar's back to the 1 count. I mean, hey, if Titus is going to just no-sell the German suplex, of course Brock Lesnar is going to kick out of that powerbomb pretty quickly, just to a bit of an eye for an eye. Gutbuster now by Titus. And fall-away slam. Not even much of a fall-away slam, just tossing him overhead, looking to set him in position. Titus sizing him up. Lesnar going up. Clash of the Titus. He connects. Titus O'Neil could be on the verge of becoming the next WWE Champion. No! It's only 2, Titus. Brock Lesnar, he kicked out of the Clash of the Titus. And that's a lucky break for Kevin Owens and for Lesnar. Wait, Lesnar, leg sweep. Able to counter. And again, Brock Lesnar regains control just so quickly after being taken down by that finishing maneuver. He's back up to his feet and a knee right into the corner once again. Kevin Owens is up on the apron, but Brock Lesnar belly-to-belly suplex. Owens was perhaps looking to sneak up on Lesnar, but Lesnar was having none of it. And now Brock Lesnar just looking to tear apart both of these men. Kevin Owens whipped into the turnbuckle. Titus O'Neil whipped into another one. And Brock Lesnar, a huge knee to Kevin Owens. And another one to Titus. This is the presence of Brock Lesnar as Kevin Owens whipped again into the turnbuckle. He ricochets off. Brock Lesnar, German suplex. Down goes Owens. And now, looking to give one to Titus. German suplex. And this is where Brock Lesnar really starts to manifest his strengths. When he can just manhandle you like this. Kevin Owens taken down, German suplex again. And now Titus is back to his feet, but he might as well just stay on the mat. I don't know if really anything would have done him much good at this point. Lesnar, off the corner, German suplex. Lesnar, he could just suplex these two men all day. No, Owens counters. Looking to put an end to it. And now he drops Lesnar to his knees and just stomps away at his chest. Now Owens stomping away on Titus O'Neil, but Lesnar's back up to his feet. I don't think he quite knows where he is though. He's a bit dazed at the moment, and Owens looking to capitalize. He's got him up, and he drops him right on his neck. The cover. 1, 2, no! Titus was nowhere in sight to break it up, but Lesnar still had enough wherewithal to kick out. And you see how much damage Owens has taken. Couldn't even really capitalize after that move. And now, perhaps a bit of teamwork from Titus and Lesnar. A powerbomb, a deadlift powerbomb by Lesnar. But now Titus, look at his strength. Full Nelson slam. And just look at the height on that one. It is every man for himself. We have not seen very much teamwork in this triple threat matchup. Wait, Titus blocked the German suplex attempt. He's taken enough of them in this matchup. He doesn't want to take any more. And a huge clothesline. Lesnar dumped to the outside. And Owens is down. Titus O'Neil perhaps looking to eliminate Lesnar from the equation. As he picks the champ to his feet. Titus O'Neil on the outside. Clash of the Titus again. And wait a minute, look at Kevin Owens. Over the top rope, Kevin Owens. Launching himself like a cannonball. Taking out Titus O'Neil. And look at that, dropping Lesnar with the half Nelson suplex right on the top of his head. Titus O'Neil, he is out like a light. And Kevin Owens could be looking to reap the rewards. Lesnar, I don't think he's really with it right now. He's up to his feet, but the kick to the gut by Kevin Owens. The arms are hooked. Package pile driver. And I don't care who you are, you're not kicking out of that. 1, 2, 3. We have a new WWE champion. And his name is Kevin Owens. Dagnabbit. I'm supposed to be the unbiased commentator, I get that, but you can't help but root for Titus O'Neil in a situation like this when you're going up against just an unstoppable force like Brock Lesnar, and then you have such a despicable creature like Kevin Owens. I think it goes without saying that I'm none too pleased with the outcome of this matchup. Kevin Owens, of course, I mean, you see here, just really taking advantage of the situation that was given to him. And then you see the package pile driver. And even if you're Brock Lesnar, you're not kicking out of that. There's just no way. So like it or not, Kevin Owens is the WWE champion, and that is going to conclude our events for you today. Thank you all for watching the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Be sure to stay tuned for the next video that I make. And until next time, keep on YouTubing.